Yo, what's up, Champions fam? It's the bad guy, a WWE Champions Zeke 4-0, back with a brand new video. It has been long overdue, and it is not going to be short, sweet, and brief, but allow me to get right to the point. We are nearing almost a decade, 10 years of WWE Champions, thanks to the good old folks over at Scopely. But with that, a lot has changed. There was a time where we had 1-star superstars, 2 stars, and here we are today with 6 stars and 7 stars possibly looming in the very near or distant future. At the end of the day, we've seen a lot of hiccups, we've seen a lot of slip and falls, but the good old folks over at Scopely, let alone this community, the amazing people within it, have stuck it out. Patience has truly been a virtue, and we are now reaping the fruits of our labor, let alone our frustrations. But with that being considered, it has been a while since I've done a guide, and I want this to be a guide that covers everything. Whether you are a free-to-play player, a dolphin, or a whale, whether you're just getting started, whether you took a hiatus and you came back, or you've been doing this ever since day one, or even since the beta days. I just want to do something that I feel will cover all aspects of the game the best way I can, and this can also serve as a platform for all of us to just talk about the game. Maybe there's things that I missed. Maybe there's things that I'm not aware of. I'm not the smartest man in the room. If I were, that would be a problem. So I just want to use this as a reference as we gear up for the 10-year anniversary of WWE Champions. We are nearing 700 superstars in the game. A lot has happened, but I want to hit critical points that I feel will benefit everyone. So let's go ahead and get right into it. You just download the game. First and foremost, I do strongly suggest this. Link up your account to either your Facebook or Scopely. And the reason why I say that is because I want people to be able to capitalize on the fruits of their labor on all aspects of the game by linking your account to your Facebook or your Scopely account that you can set up on the portal. I always have links to the Discord server for champions, the portal, the blog, so you can always be up to date because knowledge is power. Go ahead and set up your account. There's going to be times where they have redeem codes. You can get some good goodies there. You can get a daily claim every day. If you go ahead and invest in the UCC, the Universal Champions Club, you do pulls. You're a big spender. You buy the packs and everything. There's bonus rewards that you can pick up for certain events, let alone the weekly milestone event that they have currently running for however long that is. That is going to help you out with recovering your account if you decide to step away, and let alone making it easier if there's any situations that are pertaining to, discrepancies. They'll be able to get up with you sooner rather than later. But I also want to say this too, with the portal being in mind, just like the in-game store, priorities before pleasure. This is a gacha game. There's a lot of things that are given out for free to play, but there's also spenders. Take care of your bills, take care of your kids, take care of your mental well-being, your spiritual strength before investing in this game. Take care of everything that you need to do. Your car, take care of your mortgage. Knock that stuff out first before you drop a dime on this game. Gambling is a thing, and gacha is going to gacha. Just because you spend $100 or even $1,000 does not guarantee you the new character, let alone like a character like AJ Lee who's making their debut. FOMO is a thing, fear of missing out. Just take things with a grain of salt. Be responsible, please. That's all I can say. I've done enough pulls that I've had so many highs and oh so many lows. But by the grace of God, I've learned. And I've learned to pick my spot. So I just want to also put that out there for y'all. The portal is a great thing. Make sure your account's locked in on the portal as well as on Facebook, so you have different ways to recover your account. But when it comes to spending in this game, don't worry about FOMO. The only times I suggest you going ahead and picking up somebody or spending disposable income is if it's a character that you are a true mark and fan of, childhood memories, nostalgia hit every time you see them. And this is one of those mobile games. This is the closest we're going to get to WWE 2K, y'all, or Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth, that Judgment Day. This is the closest No Mercy we're going to get on a mobile status. So I understand that, but pick up characters that you're a fan of, that you truly love, that resonate with you, and also pick up characters that are going to improve your quality of life in the game. That is very key. That is what this video is going to be about mainly, is securing your quality of life, having a QOL account, making sure you're covering A, B, C all the way through Z on the main things that are going to get you through this game, allow you to capitalize and benefit you. And that's one of the key things. Spend on characters and go for packs or deals that are going to help you out with resources or superstars that you're a fan of, or they're going to be game changing when it comes to their abilities that they're going to be able to assist your main go-to characters with for the long haul. So with that being said, we're getting started. We downloaded the game. We're now linked up to the portal. It's time to lock in, y'all. We done the tutorial. They got us familiarized. They gave us a free Rock or John Cena back in the day. I haven't played this game since the very start. So if they change things around, I'm not even surprised, especially with some reworks that have happened. But you get into the game, they have you do your tutorial, they tell you it's time for you to league up, level up. That is one of the key things that you are going to want to do. You're going to go ahead and get your level up so you can access certain tours, access the ability to join a faction, because joining a faction is going to be critical to your growth and certain game-changing benefits that are going to assist not only you, but your faction fam moving forward. So you're going to knock out your levels. But the main thing you want to understand right out of the gate, day one, when playing WWE Champions, when getting started, you need to first and foremost understand they utilize a rock, paper, scissors system. So if y'all don't know, it's real easy. Paper beats rock. All right, paper beats rock, rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper. Simple and plain. Even if you played Pokemon, they started off when you got your starter Pokemon, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, right? Rock, paper, scissors. Squirtle is going to beat Charmander because it's water versus it's going to be water versus fire. Charmander is going to beat Bulbasaur because fire beats grass, and of course, Bulbasaur is going to beat Squirtle because grass can beat water. It's the same concept here, but we have 6 classes that you always are going to have to utilize. But there's more to it because now we have expanded. There was a time where WWE Champions, it was men only, husbandos only. Where are my women at? But now we got waifus too. So with that being considered, we have 6 classes that you want to cover, husbandos and waifus with. So when you're starting this account out, understand, unless you spend money, the pool of characters you're going to have to use are going to be far in between, and you're going to have to be smart about utilizing resources. But the classes that you're always going to have to cover, and this is just right out of the gate, and I'm going to break it all down right now. You got 6 classes. You got Acrobat, Powerhouse, Showboat, Striker, Technician, and Trickster. And like I said, they have the rock, paper, scissors system. So Acrobats can beat Showboats. Showboats can beat Strikers. Strikers can beat Tricksters. Tricksters can beat Technicians. Technicians can beat Powerhouses, and Powerhouses can beat Acrobats. Acrobats are normally your quick charge characters. They might not hit the hardest, but they can get their moves sooner. Showboats are basically your tanks. They have the biggest health pool, and now they actually can hit like a tank, not only just take a lot of damage. Strikers are your glass cannons, low health, high gem damage. Tricksters have ways of manipulating the board. They utilize different types of specialty gems. There's a multitude of them. I can ring off a few right now, but tricksters normally utilize silence gems, basically meaning you can, I'm going to take damage, but you're not going to get your move charge. Botch gems are the opposite. I'm going to receive no damage, but you're going to be able to get your MP for your move. Then you also have trap gems. Trap gems can do a plethora. If they're broken by you, they can do something. If they're broken by your opponent, they can do something. It's a flip of the coin depending on how many you're able to put out of there. Then you also have offensive build. You also have protect gems utilized by Showboats. They basically amplify or what should I say, nullify or mitigate at a certain amount of damage. So if you're depending on the amount of protect gems you have on the board, depending on the strength of those protect gems, when your opponent goes to kick out, they might not be able to kick out because the protect gems are going to keep them down. Good Lord willing. Then you have a wild card gem that was brought in by Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace, rest in paradise, my boy. Basically, it can match up with anything. It matches with some reds, you're going to get your red move. You match with your black, you'll get your black. If it matches with all the colors, and depending on if you got a tricolor build, it's going to get help get them up to snuff sooner rather than later. So that's something that you want to consider with that. But you have blast gems, they blow up the board, right? There might be, so there's freeze gems. They keep things in place. Once freeze gems are down, you can't really put any other specialty gem down board on the board. Now, if you're utilizing them, you can place like power gems, then freeze them. So they're going to stay, they're going to do their damage. And also they can minimize the amount of wiggle space that a character can utilize the board. So they have a lot going on. Heal gems, you can connect them. They can be, they're going to get you your health back, but you're not going to receive any damage. Leech gems, if you're able to blow them up or connect them, they're going to get you your health back and they deal damage. So there are a lot of different specialty gems out there. Okay, there's a lot that's going on when it comes to that, but that's what tricksters usually utilize. They have ways to steal health as well with moves, MP steal. Anything to basically get the dub. They will dig down deep to get you. Technicians are usually balanced. In other words, they have strong. They're the balanced class. They're quick. They're usually decent with getting their moves off. They're able to hit good damage. They're able to sub people. They usually have really good submissions right there alongside tricksters. Powerhouses, of course, they're powerhouses. Move damage. When they hit hard, they hit hard. Might take a little bit to get them to the party, but again, the times have changed. We have a lot of turn one killers in this game on the husbando and waifu side. So you want to cover all of those things and keep those in mind when it comes to using these different types of classes and characters. But aside from that, you have different types because we have something called boss battle. You want to cover boss battle. You got aggressive, chaotic, defensive, and focus. So now you need husbandos and waifus that are covering your classes, also covering your boss battle types. Plus, you even have to take into consideration, we have hype now. Hype has changed the game. There's some tours that include it. There's some tours that do not. And there's, of course, feuds and showdowns. Blitzes now as well. There's different types of game formats in here that are utilizing hype. 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, if you get the 4, they're going to be turn 1-ing, depending unless they're going up against a team of 4s or you're going up against a 3, or depending on the class of, once again, the rock, paper, scissor effect. If you're a trickster but going up against a striker and you're both hype 4, the striker's going to get the class advantage over you. You know what I mean? If you were a trickster going up against a technician, then you would go first. So that's something that you want to keep in mind too when it comes to these type of things. You got your hype that's going to be playing a role into a lot of content moving forward too. But you also have to think about, well, I want the new OTC Roman Reigns. I just got him. I was able to do what I needed to do for Black Friday. Or hey, maybe I did a pull and I didn't get the AJ lead, but somehow magically the original Tribal Chief said, CM Punk, I still got beef with you from War Games the year prior. I'm gonna take your spot and come out with your old lady. How you feel about that, Phil? But realistically, this is a character where I want to explain something because there's a lot that Roman Reigns does. Yes, he's an S tier. There are tiers in this game. B tier, C tier, A tier, S tier, S plus tier. B tiers are normally going to be the ones that when you go to do pulls, you're going to see a whole lot of them. But they have their benefit because they utilize shards, meaning that you're going to be able to save your TP to level up your characters. And you have to use them to level up your characters from 5-star to 6-star, all the way up from 6-star bronze to 6-star gold, and let alone when 7 stars come, shards are going to play a role. But you got a character like OTC Roman, quality of life character. Why? Here's why. This guy can be ran a multitude of ways. You can run him triple black. You can run him with the blue. You can run him with the blue, beefing up the purple gem damage, putting down the area multiply gems, making the entire board into purple. You can bleed people out. You can use power gems. He can cycle. Swiss Army knife character. He can fight defensively. You can put him with the bleed. He'll bleed you. You can hit offensively. You can use the multiplies and use the purple. You can use both. You can hit the bleed and do the multiply area and then blow up the board. Hit them with the hard with the multiply. The bleed's going to do its talking while the dudes are looking up at the lights. Swiss Army knife character. These are the type of characters, whether B, C, A, S, S plus tier. These are the characters you want to invest in my opinion, because why? They're going to be able to take care of anything. OTC can fight in any type of game mode, and he literally, as the top dog as he is, he doesn't need much to get going and flowing. But what every heavy hitter, husbando, and waifu needs is a good entourage. When it comes to your entourage, it is going to make or break your account. So yes, you want to go after that god tier husbando or waifu, but do you have the account? Do you have the superstars, the entourage abilities that are going to get you to go the distance? Now, thankfully, we do have a new situation with loadout. Everyone gets one for free. So I can set this up right here, and it shows you what everyone's going to do here. You hit the little information. It's going to tell you. Shout out to Armor King, hands down. If you have been playing throughout this Champions Dynasty MLC, MLE, month-long contest, month-long event, and you missed out on picking up Armor King, you did yourself a disservice, because this is a key entourage, universal entourage ability that's going to benefit anybody. +2 to any color MP, +2 to multiply gem strength. I got to fill out the stars to get the +2, but he's helping anybody, let alone a multiply gem user, right? Multiply gem strengths, another specialty gem. Depending on the time the strength of it is, depends on how harder you're going to hit. And some people can put you down with just one multiply gem doing absurd amounts of damage. So don't play dumb. Multiply gems aren't going anywhere. Even if though we have a move damage meta that comes and goes, gem damage is going to reign king overall. And speaking of Armor King, he does that. There was a character by the name, it still is, rest in paradise, my boy, Mr. Perfect NWO. Available in a certain type of disposable income pay-to-win loot. He's been out for years, and people have spent multiple disposable income rounds to get him and still have gotten him. No luck, no cigar. But then we got this crossover character here in limited time, given to everybody, that basically is doing what NWO Perfect does and then some. Then we have multiplied strength again with Sensational Sherry. She's giving my guy OTC ×4 multiplied gem strength. Santa Hogan, another free-to-play character. Pick your spots, play the game, be patient. He'll come to you. He's free. He helps out with gem damage. He helps out with health. He helps out with MP strength. So, MP charge. So, he's going to help get things loaded up a lot sooner. Plus, we got our guy, a zombie, and Bret Hart, even though I keep on thinking he's Ozzy, boosting multiply gem strength and, well, gem damage and purple gem damage. So, the entourage is key to any superstar, because there's different builds, there's different types of ways to play. Offensive, defensive, a little bit of both. And I just explained that with what Roman Reigns is able to do, because he is that good. Some people serve their purpose. You're going to have one-trick ponies. They do a lot of damage. But can you switch them out? Can you take that same character, and are he or she going to be as dominant as they are in feuds, as they are in Showdown or in Titan or in Boss Battle? Then, you know, these are the things you want to consider when you're picking up your superstars and you're building them up. And promoters are a big deal too. I wish that we had managers. I wish that, you know, we had, Classy Freddy. I wish that we had Mr. Fuji. I wish we had Jim Cornette in here, but that isn't the luck. S plus tier Paul Heyman, who's there with me, right? But we have different type of game modes. As I mentioned, you got your tours, you got stipulation tours, you got boss battle, feuds, blitzes, showdowns. And each one of them, here's looking at you, Titan, I know it's coming, has a promoter. And each promoter is going to give you a boost. It's going to help you out in these different types of tours and different types of game modes so that you can get further ahead. Gaining in-game currency that's going to allow you to recruit these characters. IOW icons of WrestleMania characters are the promoters. So again, Titan is a new game mode in this game. Be prepared for new promoters, IOW promoters to come. Who they're going to be, I don't know. But at the end of the day, you also want to make sure you're taking care of those. But there's more. Not only do you want to have a character that's going to take care of your classes, your different types, take care of your different game modes, there's other things outside of the entourage that can help them out. Because every character in here has an ability that benefits someone else, but you also want to look at links. Links can help out. Now, Roman Reigns is what I call a free agent. He's kind of like They basically, Roman Reigns is doing what Brock Lesnar did, but they're actually following it through. Basically, Roman Reigns goes where Roman Reigns wants to go. If he wants to be on Raw, he'll be on Raw. If he wants to be on SmackDown, he'll be on SmackDown. If he wants to team up with his family, if he wants to team up with Main Event Jay or Big Jim, if he wants to go up or roll with Jacob Fatu, or even team up with Rocky Soulman Johnson, because that's The Rock's father, right? If he wants to get up with Nia Jax, he's got a tag link for it. Tag links are beneficial too. So you also want to look at your character. What kind of links do they have? Back in the day, Ric Flair, I believe it was Trickster Ric Flair, I felt was one of the greatest tag champions in the game. Not because he could be used to turn one people. Definitely wasn't. But he had links that could be used with so many other characters to make them better. So tag links are something you want to take into consideration with your characters. Do they have a strap on them? Straps are beneficial. You got vitality straps to help with your health. You got armor straps for gem defense. You got takedown for your moves, and you have fury for your gem damage. Vitality straps are very hard to come by, but if you do get one, maybe even a 100%er, you might want to hold on to it, because 100% more health on a striker or 100% more health on a showboat is absolutely crazy bonkers. But you also have plates. Plates can help you out. Different characters utilize different plates. You're going to be able to pick up these plates from milestones, from different solo and faction contests. You're able to pick them up in different prize walls. You're able to pick them up via RNG, right? But plates do different things. You can have a plate that when you break one gem, you've one color, you're going to get another color back, but you're going to get your move charge, right? So with Roman Reigns here, he breaks purple, loads up, his purple's guaranteed because he's making every gem board is 49 gems. That you do the math on that one. You go ahead and do that, and basically when you go and roll it out like that, he's going to get his blue back. His purple's already loaded. I can bleed you again. I can spam the board over and over again to get that blue up, to make the area choose, or to beef up my purple gem damage. Those are the type of you got those type of ones. Then you have some ones that are very unique. You got defensive ones with submissions. Do a submission, after the submission breaks, you get able to beef up your damage like that. You got other ones like this one here, far in between. Used to be a big boy plate back in the day. Break yellow, make gems in the cross break, so you can make specialty gems if you do things. You even have, I'm not even done, I went out of there. We got the ones where you're able to match gems, and then it creates another color. You break one color, you get another color. You got ones that help with certain specialty gems, beefing up your multiply gem strength, or beefing up your juggernaut gem, your juggernaut gems. There's other ones, certain ones need other requirements. You break a certain amount of gems, you beef up another gem color. Move damage builds are a thing in this game. You got things with your specialties that helping out with your specialty type gems. Blast gems with Frankie the Parrot. You got your different trap shears, the barber shears. All these things are things that are like you're building a Megazord, you're building a Voltron in this game that are going to help you. But you don't want to just throw a plate on someone just to say you put a plate on them. It makes no sense. So there's even ones like this, the anniversary, 8th anniversary. If I make silence gems, remember, I put them down. I'm going to take damage from the gem match. But if it's a silence gem, I'll take the damage. But they're not going to get their move charge for that move. That's going to save. That's going to stall. But not only that, if I make them, I'm also making some random multiply gems. Meaning if they connect on the color that I need, I'm able to load up and put in the work and put them in the dirt. So you want to look at that. But there's also the combination of your basic and your premiums, your silver plates. I'm not going to lie to you, y'all. They just released for your straps. Like I said, you want to, for your move damage, you want to look for 100, 150. Gem damage now, you're looking like, if you're just getting started, 100% gem damage straps, 150 for sure. We just got 200%ers. I would not be surprised if 7 stars come, there's a new type of strap that's 300%, and I wouldn't be surprised that there ends up being a new type of plate, because their thing in this game is bronze, silver, gold, 3-star, 6-star, bronze, silver, gold. The same concept. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a new strap in the future that does have a gold plate. And that's going to be some insane work too. But these plates can work differently. So with Roman on here, as you can see, If he destroys purple, he's going to get the blue back. But on top of that, whenever I activate with the Bubba Specs, whenever I activate my 2 purple moves, it's going to beef up my purple gem damage even more. Then you got straps like the Rumble Plate. You got different ones for different types of specialty gems. You got one for your leech gems and building up your damage. You got ones for your reinforce. You got your Yeet Plate right here with column breaks, beefing up your damage by 500%. That's changed the game. Straps are a killer game changer for making a useless character or unplayable character worth a second look at, and can help you get through a lot of content. If you don't got the right person, put the right strap on them with the right build of metals, and you're going to be doing things. You even got these straps right here. If I had a plate, if I had a Royal Rumble plate purple, that would be another thing. I would make more purple. My purple gem damage is buffed up for the turn. Make them into multiplies. No one's getting back up. And realistically, OTC Roman is a low maintenance guy. He isn't a guy that you have to spend a lot of money on the people to make him good. You literally can run a lot of free-to-play characters off of here that are going to get you through and do damage for these big boys and big girls that are on your squad. So you got your plates. He also has something that is called a moment. He does not have gear. Gear is another thing. Certain characters have gear. Some gears can help you with boosting your MP. Some gears can help you generate more gems. Some gears will increase the gem damage of things. Every gear plays different roles. Some are worth it, but they do go in a 1, 2, 3 thing. In other words, you might get that. Let's say a character has 3 gears. Well, just because you unlock the 3rd gear that just came out, you're still going to access the number 2 ability. And then you have to get the other gear to get the 3rd ability. So don't think just because you got the 3rd gear and where the 3rd ability came out, you're going to access that first. No, it's 1, 2, 3. So even if you get the newest gear, it's going to access the former ability of the gear. Then when you get the following gear for the set, then it will open it up to you. And honestly, a good way to show this right here is just a good example of someone right here, Diamond Dallas Page. I got all of his gears right here, and it tells you gear 1. You got your base gear right here. So that's what he starts off with regularly. If for instance, if I pulled gear 3, if I pulled the gold first, that would activate the red gems doing 50%. When I pulled the silver, that would allow me to get the +4 MP. So I just want to clarify that so there's no debate on that. And then there are characters around here that have moments, like John Cena, and moments can play a role. Now, you got different moments. John Cena has what we call a universal moment. A universal moment is a moment that can be used in any type of content in the game. It works in feuds, it works on the tours, it works on blitzes, it works in boss battle, it works in Titan. It's a universal. And then, as I mentioned, there are moments that solely focus on said types of content that I told you. Showdown only, feud only, boss battle only, Titan only. It's coming. It's inevitable. But he has a universal moment. And these moments can help you out, receiving less percentage of damage, increasing your damage by a certain percentage, beefing up move damage, beefing up especially gem damage, giving you more health. There are different characters with different types of moments on them that are going to help you out and going to be very critical to you with beefing up your account and making some killer waves. I think I went past the person that I want to show. Now, I think she's further down, and plus people move around once you start working on them. Where is she? Dang, where did she go? She's usually right around here. I am not seeing her, so I'm going to go ahead and utilize what we have in this right here. Our girl Rhea Ripley, as I mentioned, she has 1 gear. Her gear allows her to start off with +2, meaning with her entourage ability, I can play around with putting different people. Now, this is set up for a feud to reduce everything. But as you can see here, I got this fully loaded to beef up nothing but green damage and reinforced gem damage on her. Plus, she has a strap that it was on Maxine Dupree, hence why the La Familia played with the breaking blue to get green. But we have this on here. Whenever we make a bunch of reinforced gems, increase our gem damage by 200%. And we also have these different setups. When you have your medals on, your medals do different things. So it literally explains it. It's self-explanatory. Takedowns are move damage. Armor is your gem defense. Fury is your gem damage, and then you have your vitality medals for your health. So there's different variants and versions of what you need. Tier 6s like Fury 3s, takedown 3s. That's what's in right now. Armor 2s. Gem defense, you literally put these type of build of like plates on the right person, they can hit crazy amounts of damage. I have a character by the name of Kamala. Kamala is move damage based, but I have 150% gem damage strap on him, but he has the move damage straps on him to do that. Or you can do something where you have a build where it is 150%. You got a strap that's 150% gem damage automatically, and then you can put the armor medals on, so then you're hitting hard and then they're not getting up. There's different ways to play with people. Even a guy like, I'm going to type it in because this is going to help out. Just an example, a free-to-play character that everyone gets and can pull, and I don't even have a moment for him. Yokozuna, right? This dude's 6-star bronze, and he's able to put down 6-star goals. The build is simple with the abilities that he's got. You got to set up your entourage abilities. You want these key people. I'm going to state this now. These are all the people that are important. And because I'm going to show this and break it down. I got Braun Breaker on here because he's +4 MP. Then I got Rhea Ripley. She's allowing Protect Gems to reduce the damage taken. Plus she's giving +2 yellow. Then I have my guy, the Earthquake. Protect Gems are reducing more damage. And we have Alexa Bliss Striker. Protect Gems are reducing more damage, all right? So that's the build for him. We got Braun Breaker to load up the yellow because the yellows are going to allow me to do a 4-row break, taking out 2 extra red gems. Loads up my back rake. I put down the back rake. I put down an area of Protect Gems with the strength of 1,499,972. Thanks to Earthquake, Bliss, and Rhea hooking him up with reducing damage. Then we're going to do the Bonsai Drop, dealing bonus damage for every Protect Gem that we have, a 3x7 area. And we're going to be able to choose an area to load up the Guillotine Leg Drop so we can do it all over again if we need to. This guy has a 100% gem damage strap on him, has some armor on him, 60% gem defense. And there are 100% gem defense straps out there as well. You got bleed immunity, stun immunity. The right setup can make a difference on somebody. And he's a 6-star bronze, and he's keeping down 6-star golds. And that's not with a moment, but that's the importance of having the right setup on your build. If you got an offensive person, you can put more gem damage on them, or you can do a blend of it. Damage and gem defense, or you can do move damage, gem defense. There's different combinations that you can get. If you get vitality medals level 6, hold on to them because they are a unicorn in this game, but it's going to be able to help you out. But aside from that, with the entourage making everything better, you want to have people on your entourage that are out of the gate. Majority of them are absolutely free. And this is literally something that's going to help your account if you go after these characters. You can literally do free-to-play polls. These characters are usually on every single banner, aside from 3 that I will speak that one of them I've mentioned already. Okay, you want your MP trainers first and foremost. They have free-to-play polls that everyone gets keys for, that you can save up and do a 55 pull. If you do a 55 pull, more than likely, especially if you're a new player, you're going to pull these 6 characters. And they are smart. They will rotate the month. So then there's like 2 of them in the free to play. Then the next month, the other 2 will be in there. They do it. And if you spend, you're definitely going to end up picking them up because they're always in the comments. But this is the list of people that you need to go after and specifically what they do. First and foremost, your MP trainers, as shown right here with Braun Breaker. You have, for your singular color MP, you got Trickster Xavier Woods for purple. You got Striker Xavier Woods for black. You got Showboat Kofi Kingston for yellow. You have Trickster George the Animal Steel for green. You have, depending on how long you've been playing the game, if you have Attitude Era Striker Sting, or you have Showboat Butch, the Bushwhackers, that's going to be your red MP. And then for your blue, you're going to have Trickster Jerry the King Lawler. Once again, all 6 of the MP trainers, get them up to 9K at least. Certain trainer abilities go at different levels. You got ones that are at 5K. You got ones that are at 9K. I believe there was, I'm thinking 17 or instead of 17 or 18. Then there's like 21, 28, 31, 35. It goes all the way up to 6-star gold now. So for the 6 main plus 4 MP trainers, 9K. You can pull them now. I think the minimum now in the pulls is either 3-star bronze. Yeah, it's 3-star gold because it's 800 shards. That translates to 800 shards. And then you have 1,200 shards, which is 4-star bronze. You are usually able to pull them at either 3-star gold or 4-star bronze, and you can just hold on to on the 3-star gold and until you get the 4-star bronze fuse of them. Max out their coins or use the shards because you'll get a boatload of them to max out their moves and have them sit at 9K and they've done their job. So once again, Trickster Woods purple, Striker Woods black, Showboat Kofi yellow, Trickster Steel green, Butch and Sting depending on how long you've been playing the game for red, and then Trickster Lawler for blue for your plus 4 MP. Now, following that, we have another subgate. Now, these are the ones, depending on, again, if you spend or if they're in the pools or if they're on a prize wall, which I'll show you. These 3 are the dual MP characters, meaning they do 2 colors plus 4. And they're ones that you need to have at, I believe it was either 26,000. Mine, my Braun, as you can see, is at 29K, but I did a fuse on him. But long story short, it's in the 20K range. Okay, minimum 21,000, max 28. Okay, forgive me, I'm not great at it, but I can show you a neat little trick, and we'll find out together. But these 3 are the dual MPs plus 4. You got Roxanne Perez, she's your red and green plus 4. You got Braun Breaker, who is a striker, who is your plus yellow and blue plus 4. And then you have Carmelo Hayes, who is your plus 4 for black and purple. Now, they are depending. They've made them, I know Braun for sure has been offered in a lot of deals. So, like, if you're a Dolphin and you spend $9 right now, you'll get him. And he's at 6-star, and you just got to do what you got to do to get him to max range. But they are also available in the key pool sometimes, but they're one of those rare ones. Like, if you pull them, you got mad, insane lucky. And again, if you're spending on the game, you will more than likely come across them one way or the other. They've also had phenomenal events that happen inside contests and like player appreciation where you could pick something up really good for free. They did that recently with Braun Breaker. So they're accessible, but be prepared to open up your wallet and spend some disposable income if you need to for those 3 for the plus 4 dual MP. And of course, there are characters that I'm not going to name them all because they range too. You do have characters that are MP plus. There's the certain color. They could be, for example, you can have plus 2 blue gem damage, plus 2 blue move damage, and plus 2 blue MP. They have variations of that. Same way that they have it where red moves plus 2 MP, red moves do damage, or red gems plus red gems do X amount of damage, but plus 2 red MP. And then on the coaching side, you have it where characters can do move and gem damage combos of a certain color or cover all colors. So I just want to make sure that you all understand that there are other ways. And as I mentioned, Armor King plus 2 any color MP. Plus 2 any color for Santa Hogan as well. They do help you. There are ways to make things happen until you can make something pop off when your account strikes gold in that moment. Aside from that, realistically, again, depending on the character that you pull, husband or waifu, gem damage base, move damage base. Like I mentioned, if you're going with an offensive character, it might be best to go with the plus MP and the gem damage. If you're going with a move damage character, better to go with the plus MP and the move damage boost, right? But there are characters that are known for these type of trainer abilities too. You have gem generation, gem destruction. To me, depending on who you pull, dictates that. But for me, honestly, looking at where we are right now, it's always been better to have more gems on the board because you can do more crazy shenanigans. So with that being said, these characters are also critical. Your gem generation characters who just got a major update all the way up to 35,000. 6-star gold. Yeah, they had offers out for these. So I'm covering these for you so you know these are the characters that when you pull them, invest in them over time. You don't got to shoot them to the moon yet, but they're going to allow you because now the gem generation characters, they used to be you could generate 4 plus 4 gems. Now they're up to 8. And depending on certain characters and how they load up and do things on the board, 8 is great. 8 is great. Going to trigger a lot of plates. Can't be late. So this is how it goes for Gem Gen. You got Seth NXT. He's your blue. Big John Studd. He's your red. Titus O'Neil. World Slide. He's your black gem generation. Akam, AOP. He is going to be your green gem. Now, once again, similar to Butch and Sting with the plus red MP, there are double ups of these two because things happened. So for your yellow, it's Dolph Ziggler Showboat Show Off if you've been playing for a while. And then you also have Papa Shango. Papa Shango you originally was a health trainer, but as I mentioned earlier, reworks are a thing. There are a lot of characters that are free to play accessible that got reworks, and they have contests that go towards them that are going to allow you to change your account for the better without you spending a dime. You just got to do the content, get the character, and you can go as if you can go the distance. No Hercules reference. Hercules, you can go ahead and get them up to 6-star, bronze, silver, or gold, and pick up a lot of killer resources along the way. But those are going to be that's your yellow, and finally the same applies for the purple gem generation trainers. Originally, it was Daniel Bryan for the Yes Movement. And then, well, Daniel Bryan is no longer there. Dolph Ziggler's nickname of in TNA. Bryan is now Bryan Danielson, the Red Dragon in AEW, praying that he's doing well in recovery. Check out the Chris Van Vliet podcast if you haven't. But you have him and you have Powerhouse Angelo Dawkins. They're both doing purple. And once again, all of those characters are free to pull. Outside of I don't really look for him like that, but if he is in there still, Showboat Dolph might be in there because he showed up in TNA. I don't really look for him like that. I usually pop the skip button on my free to play pulls. And Daniel Bryan clearly isn't coming back unless he comes back to WWE. We need that zombie Bryan rework. They did it for Aleister Black. Let's get it there. But those are your gem gen, and they're all free to play. Again, you don't have to spend a dime. You're going to get them. If you spend money, you're guaranteed to get them because they are on the side of pulls of I don't want to see you again. Why are you here? But shards are beneficial. Helps out with moves. Helps out with making the right ascensions to the next meta level. But one thing I do want to show you is there is something cool that you can do from here if you wanted to. You could go ahead, you can manage, you can hit manage. It'll take you right from the superstar that you're working on to that trainer. And as you can see here, 300 right out of the gate recruited, and that's what her ability does, all the way up to 26K. That's where her ability stops, but she's still great. She has moments for tours. She's got moments for showdown. She's got moments for feuds. She's got a universal moment. So again, those are showing you the different facets of what a character can have. And she's a character that was good out of the gate. S tier, obviously, you had to pull for her to get her, but times change. She had her moment under the sun. So you can end up picking up RNG. These characters that were God tier and now they've gotten moments, move reworks and everything. They got gears and stuff that are more accessible now that are going to allow you to run them a completely different way. So again, and also note, even since I'm inside an entourage, I'm in the entourage of an entourage, right? I can't go to her entourage to see her build and what to work on that and edit it, but I can go here. And if I go to my loadout, because I have it set up like this, I can always set it. It'll break the contract with Roxanne, and then we can go over here and we can manage Braun, and then we can show you his ability stops at 26K. So 26K, he's going to be able to do this for you. That's what he's going to be able to do for you, get you to +4 MP. So those characters are straight. Now, there is a situation that I do also want to show you from here, because another type of character that you want to look for, you're always going to look, these are, I'm going to put it best here, even though I'm on the trainer side, of the coach side, I'll do it on this side first. The key ones on this ability, entourage list, so you understand. First and foremost, your primary. You're going to want to prioritize anyone that's giving you move charge. You need moves to go, especially characters like a Hall of Fame, like Michelle McCool. I'll pull her up. That does so much. Gems doing X amount of damage. Certain dual MP characters are great. They make sense, especially if you got low charge characters. But characters like Hall of Fame Goldberg and them, where they're giving you +2 to purple, blue, or green MP, you're doing extra gem damage, you're getting extra health. Those type of abilities, you're going to prioritize over anything and everything alongside your main MP characters here. But you also have a couple dual people like you're seeing here. You got people with with gem damage and MP. You got people with MP and move damage. You got people with specialty gems and MP. You got submissions. You got ones that are giving you MP and generating moves. There are a plethora of combinations here. You got people that are allowing you to have more gems of a certain color on the board right out of the gate plus MP. There's a different thing for anything. So your account will always be unique, and there's no reason to feel left out because you're able to do something. But I also strongly suggest the people that are doing the plus, if you're the big multiply gem user, then you're going to go and pursue the +2 MP and +2 multiply gem strength. But those characters are characters that you got to spend heavy for, or unless you get lucky with a prize wall or a pull, grind it out, pick up a great reward off the portal, or they do like something real crazy where they give them for free 99. Other than that, just stick to your main go-tos, and we'll find them here. But you're seeing different combinations, specialty gem MP, kings right there. They're always introducing more and more new fully loaded people out here, but you always want to go with these characters because they're down low. So where are they at right here? Trickster Woods, got your purple right there, steel, green, Lawler, blue, Showboat Kofi, yellow, Butch, red. And then Striker Woods is your black. So you got all of them right there. Black, red, yellow, blue, green, purple. But you do have other alternatives too, because as I mentioned, you got Sting there. That was also for red MP. So that is another option if you had them. So there are those options there. So move charge is critical. Move generation is critical. But again, if you got gem damage, you can also go with a gem damage person. You can go with move damage for a move damage person. But one thing that is also critical, if you got to modify them, maybe they use health gems, maybe they use power gems. You can amplify it. But on this side, the key thing here, MP reduction. These characters are killer. Now, I have been blessed with a majority of them. Some of them I do not have. There's 700 characters in here. But these are the ones that you need to look out for, because these are your -2 MP characters and your -4 MP characters, your move charge characters. Yellow, double red, right? So if I'm going into a match, I don't want to run into somebody while I'm using this build set that has Showboat Charlotte and Powerhouse Nia on them, because that means -4 to my yellow, -4 to my red fully maxed out. Okay, so my -4 characters, I got Showboat Charlotte for yellow, Tech Asuka for green, Powerhouse Nia for your red. You also have Trickster Natty, that's for your purple, and you have Acrobat Naomi for blue, and Striker Ronda Rousey for black. Those are your -4s. And the blessing about all of them, they're all free. You're going to pick these waifus up along the way. You're going to get tons of shards for them. And they're all worth it because they're going to help you out in not just going up against your feud opponents, but also your showdown opponents, let alone any form of content. MP reduction has been something they've been dropping throughout the game for a while, but now it's picking up. And there are trainers that also do it too. They're far in between, But look at that right there. Red moves starting reduced by 10 with John Cena on him. That's killer. And think about this. Like I said, rock, paper, scissors system, right? I use a technician. My green gems are getting 50% more damage. And I'm reducing a powerhouse, so I have the class advantage over his moves by 10. Red is their color, okay? Blue, acrobats blue, powerhouse red, showboat yellow, striker black, technician green, trickster purple. So you want to look at those. But then on the other side, back at it again, you also have these characters that are your -2 MP to any color. So again, you can run them with the -4. So you're knocking out a main color, primary color, but then you're also knocking out a tertiary color, a secondary color. So we can mix and match here. And they thankfully, not only do they reduce MP by 2, but they also reduce move damage of certain colors. So for that situation, you got Mutant Andre for black. You got Striker to Steph for purple. You have who else do we have here? We have Kali for red. We have Stacy for green. Then you also, depending if you were round for him or not, you have Iconoclast Edge for yellow. There's others in here too. Zombie Triple H is a reduction one. Zombie Lashley, if you were there and you got them, you got those MP reductions too. So these are all characters that you definitely want to look into. They're definitely characters that are going to help you, especially if you're a free-to-play player. If you're someone who doesn't spend money, you're going to want to utilize your account and make that quality of life decisions that are going to have long-term in-game account benefits. Benefiting yourself by investing in MP charge, MP reduction, gem generation, gem destruction, gem damage, move damage. You're never going to be at fault for doing those. And if you come across people that do benefit, like let's say you do pull a character that does utilize leech gems and you pull a leech gem trainer, then yes, that makes sense to make that move. If you're utilizing someone that uses multiply gems and they got a trainer or a coach that benefits it, but you have to be resourceful. RESPECT, your TPCT, your training posters, coins, and tokens. But now you even got to go as far as having your shards on deck, having star fragments to fill out stars to hit certain key points for your trainer abilities to kick off, having the right amount of hype, doing your stipulation tours, your speed tours to get your pulls, doing your titans so you can be able to get more pulls, but also get key resources so you can hype up your go-tos that aren't going to be hype point heavy in the pulls. You gotta look at everything. So all your resources are going to have to benefit. You're going to have to make it count. There's going to have to be times where you have to penny pinch. There's going to be times where when you get the right amount of characters, you pull the trigger on a talent up and go as far as you go, or know the end game, know when to stop. Know when to walk away. So you want to look at it. We have gotten to a point now where resources aren't as scarce as what they once were, but we're going towards 7-star. Be prepared. It takes a lot. It costs a lot to max out a character, especially if you're getting a character all the way down from 3-star or 4-star now and have to work them all the way up to 6-star. That's a lot of coin. That's a lot of TP. And one thing I will give them is that they did get to a point. I think if you go into your moves, I think they show it to you right here. You just tap the eye right here for info, and it shows you how much TP you need for each of these characters. From level 2 all the way up to level 19. It's showing you how much TP they want you to use. But if you got a lot of shards, you can cover that TP. And then if you got a lot of shards of a character, you can also convert them to max out your character. I always say deselect and use certain people. Like, for instance, Goldberg, Hall of Fame. Here's a tip. Your Hall of Fame characters that are free to play, their shards are going to help you out a lot because they carry the shard amount for those S tiers are the best drops that you're going to get. But because they're free to play, you're going to be able to pick them up more than if you were like trying to, let's say AJ Lee's out. you're going to run into Hall of Fame Goldberg shards and Lex Luger and Michelle McCool shards quicker and more accessibly than you would AJ Lee. And her shards, again, depending on the character, depends on the kind of shards you got to use to evolve them up. So aggressive, defensive, chaotic, and focused. You need shards of those characters to take them up to 6-star, bronze, silver, and gold. But utilizing a free-to-play Hall of Fame character, their S plus tier, their shard count is going to count more, so you can use less of their shards, but take key people up. So that's something that you want to look at. Just like that, 2,000 off got me the $2,000 need for it. Now, here's also something I want to show y'all, just so that y'all know this little tidbit trick too. You can enhance your character. Once you max out you always go here to level up. You max them out level-wise, right? You can go ahead, max them out, boom, it's done. You go over to enhance. Depending on the amount of shards you get, it's going to stop you from doing it. But even then, if you got the right shard amount, when you hit enhance, it's going to show you the moves that you got to work on. Now, depending on which move that you have set up, you can use your color TP here to max it out, and it'll count towards talent up events, and you don't have to move nothing around. But if you're going to use a move that's for your shards, right? Like something that utilizes your shards, you want to make sure that move is equipped, so that way it would count. So that bear hug, I would have to equip it in order for those points to count for the shards. If they were if I had this not max, right, and I used my shards, the 1,500 shards here, it would count because it's equipped. But if it's an unequipped move and I use shards, it's not going to help. It's not going to count, and those are points that can make a difference, you know. So they want you to they're basically like this. You can use shards to speed up talent up, but that means you have to switch out moves to knock them out. The smart thing to do is to utilize the shards to save your TP. The smart thing to do is to, let me do this one since it's this. The smart thing to do is to utilize your shards to save your TP. But it is easier for you to blow through your TP to save you time and get the points for the talent up, rather than switching out the moves to utilize the shards. So if you have the moves set up like this, then you know 3 of my moves shard-wise are covered and going to count towards talent up points. That just means the other ones aren't. So I'd have to either switch out these moves to use the shards to count the points, or I bite the bullet and use the TP. That's the duality of WWE champions and a lot of things. We'll give you this, and yeah, this makes it easier, but what do you prefer? And that's a situation all in itself right there. But you want to always make sure that these resources are locked and good to go. But that is something that helps you. That is something that will save you time. You do have boss breaker abilities, and that currency is found somewhere that we can go right here and now, because we can go to what you need outside of just doing your due diligence, doing your polls, clearing out your tours, clearing out your content. That's easy. I don't have to really show you that to get you the meat and potatoes of what you really need to do in this game. But I do want to also showcase these things so you are aware of what it is. As soon as you are able to level up, as soon as you're able to go all the way in, like I said, you go through the different levels. We're here. You always want to claim your daily login because you want to get those rewards. See? You're always going to have daily rewards. You want to log in. It's going to give you the bags for shards of certain characters. You might pull them. You might pull a big quantity of them. And these characters have great trainer and coaching abilities and serve as great go-to characters. You can have a great roster of A tiers and even some B tiers with the right skill plates, straps, medals, moments, gears, of course, that can wipe the floor with some S and S plus tier characters. And then there's other ones that are going to get a mud hole stumped into them, pun intended. But right here, these are characters: JD McDonough, solid modern era powerhouse, husbando coverage. If you have a Devil's Drip plate and a Yeet plate and on a powerhouse strap, or a community modern era 100% gem damage or 200% gem damage strap, he's going to create the column break gems. He's going to put multiply gems down on the board because he's triggering the Devil's Drip. Then, because he's got column breaks on the board, he's going to beef up his gem damage by 500%. And depending on what percentage your gem damage trap is, let alone if you're using the Fury 3s, someone's going nighty-night. But he's a great trainer in black gem damage coverage, and he's also I believe he's row break or column break gem damage. But then you have the one when you log in for a certain amount of days back to back, you can get these bags. And these characters are also great. Former S tiers of former MLEs that have come and gone. Lyra Valkyria, column break gem damage coach, amazing acrobat, modern era rap waifu. You might be close to recruiting her. You might be getting started. And looking at the amount of drops that they can do, yeah, they're far in between because she's the main go-to. But if with prize walls included, you're going to be able to recruit her. Serves a purpose. Husbando waifu coverage, class coverage, era coverage, boss battle type and shard coverage, entourage, trainer, coaching ability coverage. Everyone serves a purpose. Depending on your account, you're going to have to make that decision. But it never hurts to go ahead and log in and do your thing, because this young lady is going to be a benefit to you. Every login has a couple of characters that you can pick up for free. Showboat Charlotte is a Voltron character. She's a Megazord. You need to get her up to a certain point, and you need to pick up a couple of things, but she will be your carry. She will get it done. She is someone that when it comes to certain characters, I won't move them until I know I have everything to get them to where I need to. Because to me, the excitement of using them is there. But if I can't utilize them completely, I won't. Thankfully, like I said, we're almost near 700 characters, meaning 700 trainer and coaching entourage abilities to make any character work. So there are plenty of ways to make them run. But me personally, I like to buy and hold on certain characters, and other ones, depending on the trainer ability, or if I'm a big fan or have been hunting them for long, I'll shoot them right to the moon. But usually you want to buy and hold people for a talent up or a faction contest over the weekend. But certain characters you're going to pick up for free that are going to be beneficial. She is your yellow MP reduction -4 coach, and she covers a very slim reality era coverage. She is a showboat, and she's a flare. So if there's ever any type of women requirements, reality era requirements, showboat requirement, flare theme contest or boss, right? She's going to be your pickup. And she's on Smackdown and Raw, so she can be utilized in tag teams with another waifu, or team mix matching it with a husbando. So you want to look at it like that too. Everyone has utilization, but the daily login is something that you want to do not only on the portal, but also in game. And then another character right down here. You're going to pick up some resources. You're going to be able to pick up some pulls. But even like a guy like R-Truth, with that Yeet Drip combo, dangerous. Gears, moments, B tier character that can take out the highest tier. So some people you want to buy and hold. In those shards, you might get tired of them, but when the time's right to pull that trigger, it's going to matter. After that, you also want to make sure, since we're logged in here, we're going to go in. You want to get your streak. You want to log in 7 days. You want to keep going because you want to get these drops of resources. You want to have everything come into play. You can use the VIP. You can go ahead and spend disposable income on passes to get you there. So it's all up to you and what you want to do. But you also want to get your leagues cleared, because your leagues are going to give you mad resources. So like I said, you got different ones here, and we're going to go all the way back to when you get started, and they have different missions, and you're going to knock these out, and you're going to keep on building up your roster. You're going to have to learn to eat crap and like the taste of it until you get to the point where you're able to unlock everything that you need. You're going to have moments where you're going to be able to unlock access to factions. You're going to be able to have access to certain people. But the sooner you get through all of this, you're going to be able to like just speed up your progress, knocking out your leagues. It is time consuming. It can get tedious, but the plus side about this game is this game, the blessing of it is that there's no stamina involved for certain content outside of outside of Titan, but outside of Titan, and with stipulations, if you got the currency to go in and repeat, go ahead, be your guest. But usually, no stamina needed. You do need health packs to keep your people alive. But where we are in the game now, with the perks and stuff that you can utilize on tours to get you through things, you're going to be able to get access to a lot of things easily. And mention that before I get to the faction perks. You got perks for your tours. You're always going to want to do your due diligence. Like clearing out your daily content is going to allow you to get the resources and the turnbuckles to invest to get these. They got ones for tours, showdown, feuds. They got blitzes. They got some that have been around since they first initially came out, like this one here. And then you got some that are just fully maxed out, like with Titan Takeover. We got the speed up perk there. So other ones, like for battle speed and other content, you got to spend disposable income. But other than that, there's different perks for different things, and they're going to help you out, especially clearing out your limited time tour perk. I always suggest strongly maxing that one out as soon as possible. It'll make it a lot easier for you clearing out content, especially if you're a free-to-play character. Throw Armor King in there now. You're going to be able to start turning on some things. And with your MLE characters, as I mentioned, you get a free-to-play character that's usually your B tier character. You have a chase character, which is your A tier. That one, normally, if you do all your due diligence, you get in the right faction, you got the right superstars, you've built up the roster over time, you can usually gain the access to them. Your S tier, depending on drops, depending on if you usually S and S plus tier, you're spending disposable income. S tiers, depending on the situation, they are going to be a lot more accessible than S plus tiers. But S plus tiers, there's no debate. You're spending money. There's no argument about that one, okay? But you got your different titles, you got your different straps, you got your different setups. With 200s now being out, sad to say, hundreds are like the benchmark now. Like you need 100% straps on people, but like put them on people that you use. Usually people that I have 100%, 150% strap on, or 130, those are people that are my go-tos. There's like that I'm always utilizing them. Now, granted, there are some setups, as you can see, I got some people on here that I do love to use. I just haven't moved them around yet because I got skill plates and I don't have the currency to break them at the moment. So I'm just waiting to reload them. But like my guy Kamal over here, it wasn't gem defense. It was move damage, 150% gem damage, but 100% move damage because he's move damage based. But have that gem damage there just for a rainy day, right? So you like even with that, the straps are going to be beneficial to you. Everyone should have one that you're going to use. So again, like I said, I'm having these straps on these people because these are people that I like using for all formats of content. These are my Pokemon. These are the people I'm going to go to the Pokemon Center, go to the PC, and I'm going to be like, who am I going to pick? Who are my 6 Pokemon that are going to beat the Elite Four for me? That's how you want to look at it. And sometimes you got to pick your spots, but it also means investing and having coverage on certain things and different things. Having everybody covered. You want to cover everything. So I do say whenever you get even for free to play, 100% gem damage, move damage, keep them. Again, gem damage leads the way over move damage, but certain characters need it and certain ones don't. But I'd rather you be smart instead of just throwing a strap on someone just to throw a strap on somebody. Do your due diligence. There are tons of incredible content creators, official and unofficial, that make content to help you learn. The portal literally has it set up where you can go and check out your superstars, see them at full max, see their damage, see their moves max. You can make that. You can do your due diligence. A lot of the people I've seen it in this community are grown. Don't be baby fed. Don't do that. Take accountability. Take responsibility. You can have fun. You can learn. You can watch Champions Chat. You can check out Merrick's. You can check out Slim Numbers. You can check out Great J-Man, Sir Zorro. You can even take a step back and watch the OGs like Gear San or Lil C24. Big Papa Brian Gaming was an OG from the time. Support the one and only Goldie, DJ NIZT. There's a lot of people. My boy, my broski, my brother from another mother, David Boy. there's so many people out here that are making content on this game that there's no excuse for you not to know your account. But I do strongly suggest checking out stuff, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. Like no content creator is going to be able to sit there and review your account. You got to just look at things, put it together, play around with people, YouTube it. There are plenty of videos that are less than 2 minutes that showcase what a person can really do. There's shorts out now that show you what a person can do. There's no excuse for you not to know your roster. But titles, moments, straps, medals, skill plates, hype, these all play a role in everything. In certain moments, like I said, they're going to do things for certain people in certain accounts and benefit. And moments cover a lot of people. Moments cover different people. Some people need multiple moments, and then there's some people that are on mad moments, like Stone Cold Steve Austin. But one thing that's going to be key for you getting to where you need to be, outside of doing your due diligence with doing your intel so you can know more about your roster, you got to join a faction. As soon as it becomes accessible, find a faction. I've been in multiple factions. I've been a leader of factions. I've been a soldier in the trenches in factions. I've been an enforcer. It's all love. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Increase your capacity. That is life. From my early days with Corrupted Network to being a member to creating Crown Era, baby, to A-Lock Kingdom, a Legion of Kings and Queens Kingdom, to being a part of Black Ops, Fade to Black, to rising from the ashes with my people from Phoenix Rises, to now rocking and rolling with the Click New Era. So a faction is key. A faction is a community. Like this, it's a community within a community. They are your family. They are the home base. So when you are here, you want to knock out everything. Every time that you come in, you want to go ahead, make your purchase. As you can see, there's different stores, different currencies here, right? So you're going to have different things. They're self-explanatory. You got faction store currency that you need to utilize, so your faction can hit milestones and gain more currency. You got your Titan shop, so you can pick up hype points for your certain characters, whether free to play or they're a little costly depending on your account. You'll know who you're going to pick up the hype points for, or you can pick up some free characters. Get you started, entourage abilities, or something to get you going. You got the swag store, reap the fruits of your labor from the expeditions that you're able to fulfill and clear that I'm about to show you. Then you have the faction boss store that's only accessible during faction boss time. So different currencies. Now, first and foremost, this currency right here, what are we going to use this for? Well, you can use it for the swag store. You can pick up some things. We'll give you TP, straps, health packs, faction tokens to help heal your superstars, your teammates' superstars. From here, these are the things that I say everyone should buy and invest in right out of the gate. You want to get, whenever you have the chance, you want to pick up these coins for your different types of boss battle breakers, because every character does have a boss breaker, different ones, different things. So again, this is a thing of your strongest chaotic striker should have this boss breaker maxed out at level 10. For me, I strongly say that level 6 or 7 is a good place to sit them at. But this currency, it goes quickly. But that is why you pick the main go-tos that are going to get this currency. Like, some things are very scarce. There was a time where health packs, you were sitting waiting for a whole day for health packs to clear so you can clear a tour. How far we have come. But at the end of the day, you want to be smart, but pick up these whenever you're able to and you got enough. You definitely want to pick up your Icons of WrestleMania currency all the time, because you need your promoters to help you out with getting the higher points, more currency of certain content clears. That's a thing. Speaking of promoters, all of the Icon of WrestleMania promoters are found in different locations. So you got your showdown promoters found in the faction store. Then you have your stipulation promoters found in the showdown store, right? You see what I'm going here? The faction boss promoters are found in the faction boss store. Your faction feud promoters are also found in a variant are found in the, I think it's actually, they're found in a stipulation tour as well. So there's different places, but all of these shards here too, you're going to have to shard recruit them. Yeah, you ain't. This is one of the things where it's free to play. Pay to play has to do it too. Y'all got to grind out these promoters to make your quality of life beneficial, because like just like having more gems on the board to break or to get more damage with bonuses, or having move damage trainers and coaches, or reducing MP, promoters play a role in the entourage as well. By having them higher up, that means less showdown grind, less faction feud grind. You have to invest time. You have to invest time to get your time back in this game. Promoters, right alongside your MP, right alongside your gem gen. The sooner you get them done and recruited, the better. But you're going to need the shards to recruit them, and you're going to need the tokens to recruit to upgrade them, and you're going to need to take in consideration the type that they are, because of the shards you'll need to get them up to certain statuses. So that's something to keep in mind. But speaking of Charlotte, when you get to the point where you've done enough expeditions, your faction is clearing out the weekly grind. If you stay up on this grind and stay committed, do it your due diligence. It's not rocket science. Hop in, join expeditions, claim your rewards, hop in, do expeditions, claim your rewards, rinse and repeat. That's what it is. You build up enough coins. Charlotte has gears. She has multiple gears, and she's Voltron. When you get all of her gears allow her to get different abilities that are going to make her even better. And the only way you can do that is by investing. That's the only way you can do it. You go ahead and clear your rewards. You claim your rewards, and they're all simple here. You log into the game, you claim your daily bag. You spend on the shop, and you earn points. You literally knock this out every single day. It ain't hard. Everyone does their part. Boom, like I said, you get through. We knock out what we need to, and everything's copacetic. So that's how you look at it like that. And these are the expeditions. Another one came back. You hop in. Now, certain ones you can hop in, and there's always going to be a requirement. So let me show you right here. We just got a new one. When it comes here, you autofill it. If you got a character here, it's going to show you the amount of coins that you're going to get from tier 6. Then it shows you the type of rewards. If you press... How do I do it? Usually I'm able to, let me remove all, and then it can show me. All right, so yeah, it's showing you the requirements. It's showing you the tier. You press the tier like this. It's showing you where what's needed, and then it's showing you what's required. So we needed Architect Seth here to be 13K for us to get the full amount of rewards here. And this is for scraps that you can sell and get currency for. That's going to allow you to help with moving plates around, going to help you with upgrading your metals. That's what that comes into play. But from here, literally you just hit autofill. If you got Seth, but he isn't 13K, then okay, you're not going to get the tier 6, but you'll get as high up as you can with those characters, and it's always going to put the amount of characters that you need for it. Now, let's say that you miss a expedition, like I have. You can always, if you're part 1, you can always use a rush token. You can pick those up. They do come in clutch whenever you do have them. But then you also have different ones where you can, like, if let's say you came in late, you can update it. This one's maxed out, and I don't have to worry about it. But let's say there was one. Well, I'll go back in here just to show you. Let's say there's like you missed one, and it's already going. It's got 20 minutes or 3 hours on it. You can just go ahead and just, what I like to do, I just like keeping my strongest characters available for the expeditions. What you can do is just flip. Literally, when you go to talent, you go into, it's going to show all your strongest people. Just hit the toggle next to it to the right. It'll flip them from your weakest. Well, your weakest will now be up top, and your strongest will be down bottom. And then, if anything, you can just add somebody. And there you go. That's it. And then you'll still get the minimum amount of points. You won't get the max, but you contribute, you do your part. So that's how you look at it with those. So again, with those, with doing expeditions, you're able to spend here in the faction store for your reset. What time is it? I think it's 7 or 8. So yeah, it's 8 now. So fallback time, Eastern Standard Time. So spring forward in the beginning of the year, reset usually happens around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fallback at the end of the year, it's normally 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can figure that out. But you always want to make sure you get these things done before reset, and you want to keep on coming in and doing what you got to do. Titan Shop ties into Titan Battle. So we'll go over here and just showcase a couple things. Titan Takeover is something that happens 6 days out of the week. It'll show you. It's just like your classes. Every single day is a different class, and they show them right here. Mondays are basically, and it carries over. So Mondays are always going to be your powerhouses. Tuesdays is acrobats. Wait, I'm genuinely actually kind of lost at the moment. It goes down the right thing if I recall correctly. Basically, how it goes: Monday is powerhouse. Tuesday acrobats. Wednesday showboat. Thursday striker. Friday trickster. Saturday, or so on and so forth. Basically, it carries over to technician. Usually with the tours, with how they have them set up, your daily tours, your daily grind, that's always going to be a thing too. That also goes class specific. Sundays is Sunday night heat, so that's basically like everything. But normally Sunday evening at reset, you would go into your powerhouse. Then that's better. That's the better way to put it. Let me break it down like that. That's the better way to put it. Okay, so Sunday night after reset, you would do your powerhouses. Then the reset on Monday would be your acrobats, followed by Tuesday showboats, Wednesday strikers, Thursday tricksters, Friday technicians. Something like that. It runs along that side, so you always have time. And then at the reset, usually there's 2 resets. You have a tour reset that happens at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for like your limited time tours throughout the week and your weekend content. And then you have another tour reset that's at the 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. pertaining to your tours. But one thing that I am guilty of and I'm going to work on becoming more consistent with and gaining discipline is taking care of your Titans. By knocking out your Titans, you're getting hype points. You're able to buy from the hype shop. You're able to get hype points for key characters that are on your roster, or you can pre-game. You can future-proof your roster by picking them up for characters you might recruit later on that can help you. Just because you have a hype 4 character does not mean that they're good. Let's just get that out of the way. But Titan is a thing, and you have options. You can, just like the shards in the TP, there are certain characters you're going to get tons of hype points for, making it easier to get them to hype for. There's other ones you're going to you might be able to pick them up in the Titan store. You might find an offer in the store or on the portal, but you might have to collect the main hardcore like TP version and spend that. And again, you're going to cover your go-to husbandos and waifus for those different classes, those different eras, those different types. You gotta pick your spots, and when you're making your roster count. But Titan is something that's critical. I will say this about the road. What if I knew what I knew now? I'm going to tell it to you now. Looking at where we are in the game, looking at if you do everything, if you stay up on everything, play as much as you can, do your tours, clear out solo contests, solo milestones, clear out faction contests with your team and your fam, knock out prize walls, do your due diligence. Realistically now, what I would suggest to a lot of people, granted the road is necessary because of the league, which is something that's critical. But what I say is go back to the road periodically, because when you get all those resources, you're not thinking about hoarding them. There was a time where you could hoard your resources. When they gave you bags at 1,000 TP, it didn't pop open immediately. Now it does. Resources are very fine. So what I'm saying is you want to get to a point where, honestly, when it comes to these tours, space it out. Clear out your regular weekly tours, your regular weekend content. You will stockpile a lot of resources. And then on a rainy day, if you do need resources, they'll be sitting here waiting for you. That's my suggestion to y'all. I literally look at that as like a savings account. You need it because of the storyline. You need it to get to certain things, but there is a certain point where you don't have to anymore. Take a pause, periodically go back, build your roster up, because a lot of these tours, they're going to need you to have certain people. Like I'll show you right here. We'll go to the one. They have yet to add new tours. Be on the lookout for that, right? They could do a whole tour dedicated to John Cena's run. They could do a whole tour based on the invasion angle. They could do a whole tour like commemorating certain wrestlers and their lineage. They could do a tour but against all the opponents of John Cena. Undertaker, Randy Orton, Batista. There could be stories there and key resources. Now that Hype's here, they could throw in a tour about that. They could do the whole thing with Titan, where literally every tour matches against someone where you need Hype 1 through 4, and you've got it. Like it's Titan rules. Like you gotta beat them. Like so, there's a lot of concepts here. But as you can see, when you beat these characters and you go in for them, certain ones are going to need requirements. For this one, it's any 6-star, right? Over here, of course, against the waifu, it's a female. They gotta be 6-star, right? But then you get to other ones. Here we go. We get another 6-star accounts. But then I get the D-Lo, and what happens? I have to change the attitude era. So like I mentioned, you want to cover everybody because you don't know what's going to be covered and what isn't. You need coverage everywhere. There was a time where people were hung up because guess what? There wasn't a strong new gen character. There wasn't a strong female legend. There wasn't a good PG era rep. But now look, here's looking at you, Shredder Roman Reigns. Here's looking at you, Heavy Metal Rhea Ripley. Here's looking at you, Voice of the Voiceless CM Punk. So you want to pick your spots, and that's why I say with the road is always accessible. You don't have to clear it all out in one thing. And with how they have it with your option of being able to keep your resources, they don't want you hoarding them anymore. It used to be an option. It used to be an option where you could recycle out inventory that you've kept packed up and you can't use anymore. Maybe it comes back, maybe it doesn't. But for right now, I think you should, with the road, treat it like a savings account. Hit it when you need to because of league, of course, leaguing up. But other than that, only come back to it when you need to. That's how I see it. If you're a content creator, clear it out so you can have different matches and different things to showcase superstars. Other than that, though, hold off on it because these are resources that you won't. Like it's better to know that you have something in the chamber, you know what I mean, than shoot blanks. That's how I look at it with that. So the road, clear at your own leisure. There's no rush to clear out the road. That's a thing. Your showdown, no one likes doing showdown. This showdown is boring. The weekend showdowns, the content, the limited time weekend showdowns are far more superior and enjoyable. But these are something that helps you get resources because you have a shop. And inside that shop could be TP that you need. Could be star fragments to fill out the hollow stars or your superstars. Could be an ultimate plate that can benefit you. But once again, you got your tours. You got your stipulation superstars. So you want to do showdowns so you can get these people recruited and then you can be done with it. Then you just go back to it, grind it. You want to make sure that you have a strong defense always set here. You just hit edit, pick your superstars. They could have a tag link, or you can just have people with real big hype, real strong straps and moments, and they just sit there and hold it down for you. Whenever it comes to a changeover, though, for any showdown, you do have to reset your defense or your offense. Mine always ends up being, I think it's always like Final Boss Rock. It's Final Boss Rock, and I think like Jacob Fatu or Roman Reigns. I always have to switch them. But some people, maybe not. But you always want to knock out your regular showdown. Of course, if you spend money, you got these other tours that are available. But realistically, though, knock out your class tours when they're available, right? Knock out your class tours that come out each day. Get them 3-starred from normal, hard, and hell. Get them all done. I believe, if I recall correctly, on hell mode, when you go to do it, it's going to be the weak class. So if you're going up against strikers for hell, you have to use a trickster to get through it. Once you have that all 3-starred, and once you have gotten into your groove for doing what you need to do, that's going to count towards your daily login missions. As you see right here, taking care of these is key. So this is a part of like getting your league up. You know, leveling up a character, getting your free bag, leveling up moves, leveling up a superstar, doing a pull, showdown match, upgrading a strap, doing a stipulation, doing Titan. By knocking out all of these, by doing these and consistently, you'll get to the point where you're able to knock this all out, and that will enable you to do this over here, so you're able to get your claim, and you don't have to sit there and grind out tours and everything every single day. In the beginning, it sucks, but it is something that's worth it because, again, quality of life. Knock this stuff out, get it done, 3-star it. Then I don't got to touch them again, and that's all that TP, all of them tokens, all of that coinage coming to me. Next up, pivotal part here, where you're going to be grinding a lot. Your events. Your events coincide with your contest. You got your individual, you got your faction, okay? Every MLE, you're going to have a solo contest. You have all month to clear it. You're going to collect shards of different people. You're going to clear out content. You're going to work on the free-to-play character that month. You can pick up packs. You can do pulls. Everything's going to play a role with MLEs, but the beauty of it is that you do get payback. You do get back on that. Doing your Titans, again, I'm guilty as charged here. I like, with how my job is, how my personal life is, I don't really have time to get on and do Titans like that, but I do my best to make it count when it calls upon it. And again, that's just becoming accountable and being disciplined. You all, depending on your league, depends on how high up your resources are going to be. I'm at the highest league, so I can get up to 500,000, where now they're giving you a 6-star fuse of a character, fully starred out, resources out the wazoo, because to get here, you have to invest. So waiting for those talent up events every Monday or Tuesday, depending on the MLE drop, Wednesday or Thursday, right? Waiting for those, the faction contests, making those moves count. You don't want to just blow your load every single time you get a new superstar. Sometimes, like in the beginning, depending, right? Like the sooner you get into a faction, the better. You're going to be eating crap and learn to like the taste of it. But as you get more resources, as you start to build up, as you talk with your faction mates, show them your roster, watch YouTube videos, go on the Discord and the portal and check out gameplay and content, you'll be able to start building up a proper roster. You're going to be able to make certain moves and moments and get to the point where you can max out events, or you have that luxury and blessing of picking and choosing your spots. But clearing these events and stuff are always going to be helpful, but a lot of them, in order to get through a lot of these things, you got to get certain types of resources. You got to do certain type of content. You can get bonus contest points by utilizing certain characters in different formats of content, utilizing them on challenge tours and what have you. But it all ties into your events. Now, you're always going to have a weekend event for your showdown, your boss battle, your feud, your flash feuds, and your faction feuds. We are now in an era of 1v1s. Before, there was 5v5s and 2v2s, and maybe even 3v3s or 4v4s. They played around with the format, but for right now, things are subject to change. 1v1 is going to make it a lot easier for you to get in and out, because in the end, it's just like wrestling. You know, it's on you if you win or lose, right? But aside from that, you're always going to have your weekend tours, as you see with the Crazy Chicks tour here for AJ Lee. Every tour is also going to have, there's usually on the first day of the release, there's going to be a 24-hour tour. So if you pull that character, this one being AJ Lee, if you get her early, you could use the tour, done the tour, and got extra resources to help you out with the prize wall, which I'll show later. But you got your normal, your hard, and your hell. And then you have different ones. There's usually always a tour. It might be class specific, but it will be based around the free-to-play character. This is the one that's basically guaranteeing you to always get some type of milestones out of here because you have the character. I cleared the final milestone with Michelle McCool Hall of Fame. She's a B tier character, but I did pick up her gear. I was able to get one of her gears, so she's plus 2 MP after this. This is the build that I have for her right now. But, you know, we also have the trainer ability. It's like you see right here. Gem damage. 30% more health. Kick out damage to get out of a pin, and plus 2 blue MP. The more abilities, if they make sense to your character, the better to invest in. Like right here, she's not, it's common sense. There was a time where there were specialty tokens for Hall of Fame. Now they're class type, class specific. So now you can literally pour in your investment. She is a plus 2 MP trainer. She's helped me out there. She's increasing your gem damage by 40%, and she's giving you additional health and giving you 75% more kick out damage. You put that in a feud, you got a good chance of kicking out and getting a Hail Mary W. So you want to always look at that, but you're always going to have a tour for your MLC free-to-play character. You're always going to have a tour for your weekend debut characters. But as you can see, just within this one and in others, there's going to be certain requirements. So I go in here, I go to replace, and you can always toggle here. Available, you go to contest. It'll show you what's needed there. And then, depending on if you cleared out the requirement, it'll show you who you can use and who you can't. So I'll go to another version where we have the regular tours. You have your victory tours for all your characters that come out, your A tier, your S tiers, your S plus tiers. All of them get tours that are going to help you re-up on resources. So always look for the A tier because that's the one that you're going to get unless you get real lucky and get an S tier, an S plus tier. But you know, right out of the gate, 100 to 100, over 100 million coins, getting thousands of TP tokens. You're getting a good lump sum from these victory tours. Then you have your regular tours right here. Like right here, you have the contest requirement. This one you need to tech Cody Rhodes. So you got a tech code like Cody Rhodes is the requirement here. That's the one that's going to give you the bonus contest bonus right here, which could also, depending on how high up and how far you're able to get, you're able to get extra shards of the A tier chase champion. You're able to pick up maybe a strap. You might pick up some armory loot because the loot is a thing in itself. This is a long behind video, but you know what? I just want to cover everything with you. You got your victory tours. You got your regular tours. Now they do have these recap tours that, again, these are fall in line where there's different requirements. Depending on who you have, male or female, from prior MLCs, you can go in here and you can also pick up key resources. You can pick up things for your armory loot. You can pick up shards. You can pick up medals. And again, like as you can see here, I don't have some modern era striker Stephanie Fakir. So La Primera. So with that, I'm not able to get these resources. But I was still able to pick somebody up and use one of my characters. Sometimes if you can't use a contest character, as you can see, Michelle, she isn't Stephanie, but I can use her to clear the contest. So some things you're going to be able to, fear of FOMO, fear of missing out. Some things you're going to be able to do. Some things you're not going to be able to. It is what it is, but it's a tour that gives you a lot of resources that you need. As you see for feuds, we got feuds here, and that's about to get started here. But as you can see, you got your lineup. You got your different line bonuses. And so with this one here, you got a top line bonus, a middle line bonus, and a bottom line bonus. Me, personally, you can always utilize, if you can, utilize the bottom four. It's going to be easier for you to utilize the bottom four, and you can rotate out people. So I could have, like, for instance, I could have Striker Austin there. I could put Showboat LA Knight there. I could put Julius Creed in the tech spot, and then I can switch these other people around. So, for instance, I could have the bottom four. I could have Striker Austin there, like I mentioned. I could go ahead and put LA Knight and Julius Creed, and because there is a bonus for my Devon Dudley Reality Era, he could be the fourth spot where my Muda is. I could do that, or I could, put some fodder in there because it's 1v1. Put someone a low base like that icon of WrestleMania Mick Foley I showed earlier, and then put my Devon in there. But what you need to see here is hype is included. I've got Roman Reigns with hype 3. I've got Muda with hype 2. There is a chance I'm going to go up against a hype 3 or hype 4. Depending on class, if I go up against a Showboat hype 3 or hype 4, they're going to get it over Roman Reigns. If I go up against a Trickster, Roman could have the advantage over that 3. So I need to have a counter. That's when the MP reduction coaches come into play. So I can have an opportunity that if I'm not going to turn 1, if I'm not going to win rock, paper, scissors, I got a cover for it. Now, clearly there's other characters here that could cover the situations where you don't have to put them in a line bonus to get it. Like, for instance, Ozzy Osbourne, Ray Phoenix. These guys are turn 1. A Hip Hop Cena, they're turn 1. Even if they miss the first turn, if they survive it, they have MP1 moves that are going to allow them to hit back and get it back in blood. So there's characters that you don't need to put them in a line because they're self-efficient. Hulk Hogan, Powerhouse with his Santa gear. He doesn't need a line bonus, but if you put him in a line bonus, it's going to guarantee him. Like for his gem damage boost of guaranteed up, it's his least the lower charge move, but I could put him in the bottom line. If I wanted to get the yellow wild card up, I would put him in the middle because he would fit. But on the top line, if I had Steve Blackman, this previous Black Friday character, Juggernaut, aficionado, right, and skill play absolutely crazy. If I had him and I put Hulk Hogan there, I would be getting a +3 move charge, 100% more gem damage, and 50%. So if I have the right feud promoter on him, I believe it's Cena. I believe it's IOW Cena or Triple H. If I know it's a powerhouse one that covers it, have them on there, and I gotten him locked and loaded with his gear, getting the MP off. Hulk Hogan's killing everything. He's wrecking everybody. And the same could go for OTC. The same could go for Muta. The same could go for Devon if I had that top line bonus. But the middle line bonus, you need a Austin. I believe you need a 3-star gold. You need a 6-star gold Austin. Then you need an acrobat. That's where Devon is for my contest superstar CSS. And then I could put anyone with hype where Roman Reigns is. So that's a thing where we look at it like that too. I could put somebody there, and as you can see, we got it flipped, but now we flip it around. We got the heavy hitters, so I got people with hype. John Cena could go there. I could put Hulk Hogan, like I said, another hype too. But when you're feuding, now with hype included, make sure your people have hype. This is another thing. Hype to me shouldn't go into everybody. Just because there's shards, you get 100 shards of somebody. If you know doggone well you don't use them like that, there's no point. If there isn't no miraculous build to help them get the job done, don't do it. Put the points into them, but there's no point of them being your go-to if you know they're not going to hit it. My Muta is hype 2 right now. He gets his turn, it's over. I'm not worried about nothing. You know what I mean? OTC got it. You know, Hulk Hogan got it. Some people can wait, and it's like, I'll be back. I got you. Say less. I'll spin the block. So that's how you want to look at it, but you want to set up your feud lineup the best way. The bottom 4 row is the easiest one to do. And if you're doing CSS, if you're getting your characters, switch them out. Like I said, where I have Muta, Devon could go. And then when I'm done with that Devon, if I had Steve Blackman and I wanted to run that bottom 4, he's an MLE champion. All MLE champions during that month get a booster to MP, so you can set up your trainer abilities any way you want. After that month, they go back to normal. So again, if I had Steve Blackman, I could put him in there, switch him out. If I had Trickster Austin, he could have gone where Striker Austin is, and I could knock him out. You want to just rotate it, do it, and then get your CSS done. They have some where it's like, hey, use powerhouses at X amount of time. Use a character from certain eras or Hall of Fame coverage, right? You want to make sure, knock those out, rotate them out, and then once you got your CSS done, put your heavy hitters in, clear out the stuff, make sure your feud promoters are on, and you're off to the races. So that's how you got to look at it like that. So you leave out of there, always make sure you want to save, but that's where your feud is. Then after that, they have tons of content. You got your stipulation tours. Now, let me break this down to you. The marquee tour is critical for one thing, and I do not do it, as you can see with the currency I have. The only reason why you're doing marquee tour is for this man right here. Faction feud promoter Undertaker. And there he goes. He's the powerhouse one. The one that I don't have. The one that you need. You got to do it. The only way you're going to get these people, get this promoter, is by doing the tour, just like the others. You got to clear out expeditions so you can get your showdown promoters. You know, showdown so you can get your stipulation promoters. Stipulation to get your feud promoters. Marquee stipulation is a limited time one. It only runs over through the weekend, and Taker's is the only one in there. But obviously, it's understandable. But then you have your speed tours. The speed tours are amazing. You clear out these every single day. It's usually real simple. Deal damage, and you got promoters for it, and they're all free. But you get these hype coins so you can do pulls. And you also get the currency so you can use these chips so you can make purchases in here. So again, another place you could pick up a plate. Maybe you're a few shards short of somebody, but this is where all your boss battle, this is where your feud promoters are in. Feud promoters are in the stipulation. So you got John Cena, Triple H, Kane, Bret Hart, and then last but not least, you also have Undertaker on the other side. And the other one is not crossing. Oh, Charlotte. Showboat Charlotte. Acrobat Charlotte for Showboats. She is available via the portal. You have to do trivia. So yeah, again, link up your accounts, y'all, so you can get what you need. After that, you got your stipulation tours. You got all that done. Stipulations, you need to knock those out every day. Titan battles, Titan takedown. Do your daily class tours. Knock out your limited time tours. Knock out your recap tour. Do your victory tours if you recruit the CSS characters, the MLE themed superstars. Go ahead and do them. So you want to make sure you do that. Like for this month, you had Michelle McCool as your free to play character. Always, after this, her shards are going to be in abundance. So again, think about it. Look at the trainer abilities she's got. She has worth in spades for her trainer ability alone. Then you had Rey Mysterio tech for your A tier, the easy to access. Then you had your Dominic Mysterio, King of the Luchadors. He was your S tier. That was the one that was accessible. Then you had Steve Blackman, your S plus tier for Black Friday, because they do drop multiple characters. You could see. Yeah, like you could see 5 to 6 characters in a month, depending on if there's crossovers or anything. Then you had AJ Lee, who just got released this weekend, right? And on top of that, we were all gifted the opportunity of Armor King. So you had 6 superstars in one MLE. Knock out your weekend tours. They're always going to be found. Knock out your free-to-play tours. Knock out your Chase Champions tours. Take care of your MLE tours. They're always going to be named after the MLE. If you have the VIP package, go ahead and take care of that. Do your stipulations. Do your feud. Do your boss battle. Do your weekend showdown. All that's always going to be found in events. Knock those out. Get those milestones, faction individual. Work on your resources. Work on your reviewing your roster. Next up, big thing, the store. There's a lot going on here. Now, when it comes to weekend events, this is what I strongly suggest. Don't always buy the first night. Fridays are usually the night that weekend content goes live. I strongly suggest, unless you're a whale, unless it's a character that you really love and need on your account, wait until Sunday. Because Sunday is usually the finale, meaning they're going to drop all the big boy stuff. Now, if there is a certain superstar, like they have AJ Lee here, they have it where you can go ahead and get shards of her for 350 shards for $10, and you love that character, then I do suggest going on the portal, because they do have portal exclusive deals that are sometimes far more expensive, but also superior to what you get in the regular in-game store. So another reason why to check out the portal. But if you're going to be a spender, get things that are going to make sense. Get packs that are going to make sense. Like, for instance, I mentioned earlier, they have an offer for Braun Breaker, blue and yellow, plus 4 MP, plus a couple pulls for AJ, plus some coins. Him being the dual MP plus 4 is worth the $10. To me, that is worth it. It's a guaranteed. The pulls are RNG. The entourage ability is a guaranteed. The pulls aren't guaranteed, but the entourage for Braun is guaranteed. That is where I say that you would buy. If I were a spender, I would get that. A Dolphin would buy that. When they had the 6-star gold packs for all the gem generation entourage upgrades, as well as the MP reduction -2s, that to me, $20 a pop. And the Kali and Titus offer for 6-star gold at 20. To me, if I was spending money, that would be worth it. I'm getting all my gem +8 MPs already. I'm saving tokens. I'm saving tokens. I might still have to bite the bullet on some TP once the shards are out, but it saves me star frags on a fuse up. I'm getting them guaranteed at 6-star gold. Those are the type of deals to me that you would go and invest in. That's just me. Now, again, like something like this, a medallion one, the medallion prize wall, which I'll showcase. That's something, in my opinion, it's no lie, straight up. If you're a spender and there's something on there that you really want, you get the bonus milestones and stuff from off the portal and everything, and you can get close to what you get, then go ahead and do it. But other than that, just get what you need out of the individual resources and rewards. Shard packs, again, pulls, tokens, coins. Depending on how close you are to somebody, it might make sense. Outside of that, maybe not. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it on that. If I was at 2960, then yeah, I would spend it because then I know I'm guaranteed CM Punk. So those are how you want to look at it. Resource offers, you want to look at those too. Tokens, TP, you want to balance it. Remember again, if you're grinding out and doing what you do, you're going to get resources out of your milestones, faction and contest wise. So that's something to think about too. Then there's these deals like here. Again, a great A tier character. You're getting shards for her. She covers modern era. She's a trickster. She can get geared. There's plates and stuff that work for her. Moments. So, again, this would be a pickup for me. They had one for Charlotte Flair, Tech. Amazing. Pickup. Jacob Fatu, the Samoan Werewolf. Great pickup. There's certain ones where I'm not, it makes sense to get the buy. As you can see, I went ahead and got Trish Stratus. I have her at 5-star gold. I went ahead and got the 6-star gold one. I like Trish. I waited too long. I wasn't going to spend the token. The tokens were low. Purple TP was low. That pack saved me a lot. Now you also got, because Hype's here now, you also got the different offers here. Hype, again, depending on the character, because the MLE themed characters, their shard drops are going to be a lot more easier to pick up throughout that month. But if you want a guarantee like this to pick up those shards over to get her to where she needs to, get her to tier 4 as soon as possible, here it is. You also have different offers for your like this. If you're a heavy duty feuder, the steps allow you. They're a perk. They allow you to get more war score. Meaning again, spending money, but you're saving time because you're feuding less because you're getting higher war score bonus from it. So that's something to look at. But then of course, again, you got different offers for stuff. They got multiple banners here. You got your VIP passes. If you're someone who spends money, $10 a week ain't bad. Guarantees you somebody, get you 100% strap for right now, and you get some key resources. They got the meta. That's something for stipulations. Stay on top of that. You could get something really, really good out of the meta. Showcase, like here's looking at you, Merrick's pulling out that Hall of Fame Mick Foley on the account. It's proof. It's RNG, but you can get things when you need it. You got your free-to-play character with the packs and deals for them. Get them for free. Then you also have the packs to take them higher up. I got her at 2-star. Didn't spend on the packs. Took her up, and then we still got her at 6-star silver. So again, my roster is bigger. I've been able to cover a lot of CSS. Everyone's journey is different, but this is literally what you're looking at whenever you're looking at the store. Again, if I were you, I would invest in the things that make the most sense. I would invest in the things, if you need a lot of resources, buy the resource packs. If you're just going for pulls, I do strongly suggest getting offers. Now, they do put offers that are on the store in-game that aren't on the portal sometimes. That is the dilemma. But I do say get more bang from your buck by buying off the portal exclusively, especially with the UCC. You get the UCC, you get a free pull. There's a lot of good things from there. But then you have here the prize wall. Now, we're going to get started with something like right now. First and foremost, you have your premium prize wall. This comes from the medallions. You get these medallions through your MLE milestones. You get a total, I think 4 or 5, depending. So when you're able to clear it, you can either get yourself a plate that helps out one of the main themed MLE characters. You could get a chest that guarantees your 6-star gold. Now, guaranteed. Now, again, this could be anybody, and depending on the amount of you got to look at when you do pulls and when you do these chests, depending on how many superstars on your account, depends on what you're going to the probability. Now, there was a time where whenever you got a chest or if you did pulls, like right before you did a pull, there would be a hesitation. You would see a little explosion at the top of roster, and that lets you know that you pulled somebody new. You don't know who it is, but you pulled somebody. Now, it's literally up in the wind. You don't know what you get until you pop it open, or you might claim something and then you don't get it. There. Check out Scopely support with that. But this is still a good look for a lot of people depending on where your roster is. As you get a bigger roster, it could be a hit and a miss. But even if, look, it could be a new superstar, 6-star gold. It could be a 6-star fuse, 6-star gold fuse. It could be shards to help someone else out or to take them up to where they need to be. It still serves its purpose. Then you have, of course, the shards of the different superstars or new characters. Maxine Dupree, a former Chase champion. Randy Orton, a former Mega Superstar champion. Same thing with Dusty Rhodes. I believe there was even a trial. They used to have trials for certain superstars so you could try them out to see if you wanted to. And then, of course, you got shards for the A tier and S tier champion, and you got medallions to buy off the main prize wall. And off here, there's always things to get. You can get shards of someone. If you're missing somebody, you can buy those. You can, if you spend on the $100 pack for the free-to-play MLE character, you will gain a discounted prize wall, which means all this stuff is even more cheap. And they might have better looking shards of some superstars that aren't shown on the normal. So I am going to throw that out there. But you use that to re-up your resources. You know, if you need health packs, get your health packs and get some coins. If you need TP, grab some TP. If you need the coins and tokens, if you need a class specific, you can save up and invest. So you always want to wait until the end, near the end of the MLE, so then you can big splurge and get everything re-up for how it is. Because that's how you want to do. You basically re-ing up for the next account. And hopefully by doing everything that you do, saving and hoarding, you're able to make better moves. And then it's like you can make less moves, but get more from those, more from your efforts. So then you can get into a groove of stockpiling your resources. So that's what I would say about that. Wait until the very end, then raid this prize wall, the MLE prize wall. But when it comes to that, you also want to make sure that while you're doing this, always get the weekly Evo pack for your MLE champion to get them up and help you clear out things so you can at least do their tour, get the resources off of there. Plus, you can take care, again, you're using them in the tours. You're utilizing them in weekend content. They are going to be a constant. They are going to be your starter Pokemon for the month. And your others are going to get you through where they can't. So you want to do that. But you also have your weekly, weekend, limited prize walls. So as we see, we got the medallions here, and it tells you I got 16. If I had 10, I could pick up Bubba Ray. If I didn't I didn't have them already, you could get gear, you can get straps. This all depends on what you need. If I, like, for instance, if I had CM Punk Acrobat, if I didn't have him, well, how am I put this? If I have him already, then I don't really need to get him. Unless I was trying to get a Star Fuse, which still don't make sense because that I can get that free to play, right? But let's say I have him, but I need his gear. And I get enough from the portal, I get enough from doing the pull milestones, I can get him. That would make sense for me to go for that gear. Or same concept, if the plate, I got the gear and I got CM Punk, I want his plate to run the color turn gem build, then that's what I would do. So there's always going to be an option for plates, superstar shards, sometimes pulls. Pulls usually happen. You usually get an opportunity at pulls for 7 pulls for free during the showdown weekends. So you always want to be on the lookout for that one, okay? But other than that, you got your straps for the characters. And as you get closer to the end of the MLE, they'll start pushing out straps so you can have a chance to get 150, 100% damage. And as you see right here, you got shards. So again, I'm at 16. If I'm sitting at 2460, if I get 19, I'm going to get CM Punk shards. Yeah, I don't recruit him, but it's getting me closer to getting him. And I already have 100% gem damage strap waiting for him. I already got his gauntlet on Trickster Live. I can always go and re-up and get another one. Or like even with Steve Blackman, depending on where I was at, I could go after him, you know? So that's how you want to look at these situations. Same thing with Austin. Close but no cigar. You can always use these prize walls to recruit people that you might have missed out on a prior MLA, and now they'll start dripping them out there. Like Jacob Fatu, God tier, S tier champion. They start putting his shards out so that he's more accessible. He's easier to unlock. Right here. So you know what I mean? Get 4. You got 4 of these. If I spent 4, I get 400 shards. Takes 3K to recruit him, and they've been putting him on consistently, so you could get him for free. And he is a god tier acrobat that's going to cover a lot. Insane versatility with his moveset. You got the red and blue with the countdown, with the Hitman battle armor, and the Real American plate. Shout out to Slim Numbers for putting me on the game for that. Then you got the Piper plate, let alone when the purple Piper plate or the blue Piper plate comes out. You got that build for him. Swiss Army knife, multiple links, has gear, has a moment. You can pick up a lot of characters on here. Roxanne, red and green MP trainer. So you look at your build. Again, Mellow, getting a couple stacks of him. Purple and black MP. You're going to hunt down things that are on here, but you want to pay attention and make sure. Weekend events always conclude on Monday. Sometimes they conclude a little earlier. So please do yourself a service. Set a timer, set an alarm, and knock out what you need to so you can ensure that you get everything you need off a weekend prize wall or any prize wall. Especially with midweek events too, steel cage tours and everything with different things like restrictions such as no moments, no trainers involved, certain things like that. You want to still get the prize walls and raid them as before they conclude, because it could change your account no matter how long you've been playing. So you definitely want to clear out your prize walls. But you get certain resources from clearing things. Obviously, this comes from the Crazy Chick Tour, the Limited Time Tour. These come from the MLE tours that are themed and based, let alone contest milestones, faction and individual. But let's get to the last thing on here before I roll out of here. The thing that everybody loves to do. The thing that people love to do more than anything in any gacha game. Pulls. Now, WWE champions, play responsibly. There's a lot going on now because there's a lot that has changed. So, for instance, we'll start at the bottom and work our way up on it, okay? First off, you have your Gold League loot. If you spend on this game, let me go over here and showcase it. You got these different passes. You can get the manager pass. You can get the here comes the money pass. You got a strap up pass for parts. You got the DX packs with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. You got King of Kings, Triple H. You can use any of these things. They will gain you access to certain perks and what have you. And one of them is being the Golda loot that I just showcased and showed you. But again, like I mentioned, the key pull and grab from this loot was NWO Perfect. Because NWO Perfect, +2. But now we got Armor King. Now, if you want to be a perfectionist, a completionist, then by all means. But realistically, a lot, if not all of the characters that you get out of here, you're going to get from your free pulls. Now, there are some other extra things in here to help you out, but this is for spenders. But the one that you need to really look at here, this is your Silver League loot. This is your loot that you get for doing your league, by completing your league tasks, doing your daily login. This is where you're going to get tons of shards of a lot of people. There's a ton of good people in here that can help you out. For instance, we got our guy Godfather right there. Godfather is the loot monster. He is guaranteed to break the board and make nothing but loot gems to get you resources. He is the farming card. There's no way around it. Now, on top of that, now that you got Lex Luger, American Express Powerhouse, another character with a crazy rework, 200% loot box appearance, you're guaranteed to get your loot. Mick Foley, another great tech. But all these characters, they're covering different classes. They're covering different types. You know what I mean? You got a defensive showboat right there. You got an aggressive acrobat there. You got a chaotic showboat here. You got a chaotic tech. So they are covering shards that you're going to need to take up some of your key heavy hitters. And you can get fuses of these people. You can get certain people that are in here that are going to help you out, like even Trickster Andre here. The MP match going to get you that. You got Stacy here. She's got gear. She's helping out with the gem damage. So a lot of these people all serve a purpose here. You got your gem generation people in here. You got people that possibly are going to get reworks in the future. You got dual MP characters in here like Tech AJ Styles, Blue and Black. So you're going to find a lot of help out of this league loot. Pay attention though, because certain characters are limited and exclusive to certain leagues. So once you go to a next league, I say make sure that you've gotten all of the people out of that league before you league up, because they will change, it will adapt, it does adjust. So what you might have gotten in League 14, you might not going to get in 24. So you want to be sensible about that. But these are free pulls that anybody and everybody can get. They do have these pulls for headliner, gear, and diamonds, when diamonds were a thing and still are here and there. But these are basically extra tokens, low tier tokens. You could pick up some crazy gear out of the gear loot depending. But as you see, you unlock certain things at certain leagues. The DX Vault is simply what it is. You need the DX passes for Shawn Michaels and Triple H Tech Attitude Era that I showed, so you can utilize them. But it is a great way to get a ton of resources. They've also redone it a few times and added more things. But this is another way, pay to win, guarantee you something, someone, and be able to just give you extra oomph for your spending. And you can do it for a month, you can do it for a year, but it's always there. You can always access it again if you need it. They have cash loots. There used to be a time where cash events happen. Sometimes they bring them back, sometimes they don't. But you spend cash to get these characters, shards, loot, That's basically what it is. These are type specifics. So you got your, like I said, you're aggressive, you're defensive, you're focused, you're chaotic. For all the classes, they'll run them each week, and each week will be the same. So they'll have 1 week it's all chaotic of acrobat, powerhouse, showboat, striker, technician, trickster. Then they'll do the next one and the next one. This is again another way for you to be able to pick up shards outside of other. It's more pulls. It's another way to get you shards so you can take your people up from 5-star gold to 6-star bronze, 6-star silver, 6-star gold. So it is an asset. There are tons of ways to gain in-game cash by doing missions and stuff found in the store. You can go and access that, and at the very bottom of it, you can go ahead and do it. I'll show it right to you right now so I know that I showed it. You can go all the way down, and they'll have offers here. Tap for free offers. You go in there, they'll have things for certain amounts of cash. You can play games like Raid Shadow Legends, do missions in outside games, and then that gives you cash so you can do the pulls, or you can use it for certain resource hauls and everything when things go down. So you have that, well, you got that loot. Then we have what we have here, your key pulls. This is, again, free to play. You can spend on keys, but you can get keys by just doing the tours, having the CSS, and just grinding. There's always an event that's usually on that starts on Sundays, and other times it would be Mondays, depending on the spring forward, fall back. That is a faction event where it plays into you utilizing, collecting keys and spending keys on this loot. But as you can see, there are some good things. There was a time where I did do free-to-play. I did 55 pulls, and I pulled Acrobat Modern Era Becky Lynch Zombie for free from a free-to-play pull, and I was half asleep when it happened. There is a chance and opportunity to make a hit on these, but understand RNG is RNG. But once again, let me show you something. And even in here, they got one where you got gear included. But there's a lot of good stuff. You could hit good. I'm not going to take nothing away from that. You could get shards that could recruit somebody for you. That's something. Then you also have previous chase characters that are in this loot. Let me show you Michelle McCool too, because she's another one that does have a interesting trainer ability set up with everything she does. The move gems, moves and gem effects, that trap countdown juggernaut, that steal health will steal 100% more health, and you get plus MP. Another type of collab of triple threat, dual, triple, quadruple, quintuple. The more abilities, if they make sense to your account, they work. So you have all these characters that you got a chance at. And again, 4 stars the minimum. There was a time where, no, 3-star gold is the minimum, but you can get 20,000 shards. You can recruit somebody and then have tons of shards to max out their moves, take them up to 6-star, and you can get many hits of these people. And some of these people are legit, like Dakota Kai, if you get her. She's a great pickup if you got the drip plate and everything. You're also covering, once again, you're covering different types and different styles for different people. Like you can't use acrobat shards on, you can't use defensive acrobat shards on a defensive powerhouse. You got to use that class and that type. So getting these big pulls, a guy like Jay Uso, those types, Godfather right there. These types of shard drops are great. Carry same with a bleed damage, and then you get down to the uncommons, and they're still pretty good stuff. But the thing that I really want to show here is, as you can see, look who is here. And this is why free to play. This is why everyone needs to do your key pulls. You got Butch for red, Woods for purple, Lawler for blue, Steele for green, Woods for black, and Kofi for yellow. You have a good chance of pulling your MPs here. And that's why you want to do these. You want to make sure you're getting these people up to snuff. They got a 3-star. So that's something that you need to look at. And Akam is even crazier because he's one of the original people that does a lot all at once. Green gems, 40%. You got generating green gems, 8 now. And you have the you have +2 blue MP. So these are good until they get annoying. But even when they're annoying with the amounts of shards that you do get, you're able to still do something for your account and help out your faction. Then you have certain type loots. You got the loot for the weekend feuds. A lot of resources can be picked up here. If you do pick up a card or gear, it could be, but RNG is RNG. You have your meta. This is a Monday night meta thing that we do. You can pay for them, or you can do your stipulations for the Monday night meta and get those coins there. Again, you can pick up somebody really, really good. Merrick's picked up Hall of Fame Mick Foley from there for 6-star. So there's a lot of good people that can come from things if you just take the time to spend and work on them. Your armory loot ties into your armory contest, which ties into the reworks of characters. Every MLE they've been working on having a rework of an old character that used to be good or never was. They update their moves, and then you got tasks. You collect these armory coins, you do pulls, and you get resources. You get the card of them, you get the chest, you get straps, you get plates, you get a lot that helps you, but it all ties into the loot. And depending on your account dictates what you're going to use. It could be maybe you want to get some gear. Well, you need 30,000 to do 15 pull, but you got lots of good loot here. Now be prepared that those resources, those chips, they can be used to unlock some loot, unlock loot manually in the roster when you need to. But other than that, you got a chance at solid abilities here. Plus MP, gem damage, multiply strength increase, gem generation. There's a lot that's in here, so you want to always, if you're going for gear, that's something there. If you go for titles is also good. You need 30K for 15. Any of these, color specific, gem boost, specialty gems, these are a good look for anyone. You can hit the universal like the rainbow, and that does insane stuff right there. You can get a good strap, certain plates. So again, this is future-proofing your account. This is helping you out, but it all depends on what you need. Maybe you need a bunch of pledge titles and stuff to get you started. Need certain straps on certain people. Go for that. If you need gear and you got a certain person, pursue it. Moments are critical. 5 of them cost 25K. You could get real lucky with a real busted moment. You might pull somebody new. You might pull a shard recruit, or a shard user, a shard bank, if you will. Or you can get some fuses. But you also have moments in here. So that's where your armory loot all ties in together. Next up, you got your hype. Your hype, do your Titan takeover, do your speed tour. Collect, get 30,000, 30K. You can get your shards, get your guarantees. You want that at all times. And then, like I said, you got MLE Chase Champion shards in here. You have previous ones too. And then you got big drops for certain people. And you can nickel and dime it. But some of these people, again, you got their shards. That's good, because other characters like Powerhouse Hulk Hogan, you're not finding his shards like this. You're not getting a 50 piece of Hulk Hogan like that, okay? So you want to keep, oh, never mind. Well, you could get a 50 piece. I take back everything I said. But how often are you going to get that? RNG is RNG. Some people get it, some people don't. So there's going to be some people where you can use their high points, and then other ones you're going to have to go down and just stockpile, clear out your Titans, and get these and raw dog it. So, but the hype is not going anywhere. And honestly, with the 200% gem straps, the new quadruple abilities coming out, the new skill plates, the gem damage buffs, the shard requirements, the hype 4 maxing out now and being sent to your mailbox to being converted. Once you get someone to hype 4, their stuff can be converted for due pulls. But more reason to think tier 7 stars are coming. Then, of course, you have your, there's always a loot. You got your different weeks loot for the MLE theme, where you got a chance for those. And as you can see, each one, if you do certain amounts of pulls, you'll start getting shards. You can get resources. It makes it enticing, gets you more bang for your buck. You do more, you get a guarantee. But again, could be a fuse, could be shards. RNG's RNG. You'll see what happens. It all depends on your account, right? And then, of course, you got your weekend theme ones, your debut characters. And again, as you see, you do certain amounts. I'm not going on a trip. I did a couple packs, got what I needed. You know, I could do a 40 pull and get that 100 right there. The 47, get those and get that. But I'm not making it here. I cleared out the individual contest. So it's RNG. I can get the, like, yeah, I got the pack off the portal. So there's a lot that goes into pulls. But like I said, ultimately, you want to pull for people that you love, people that resonate a feeling. And you want to pull for people that are going to make sense. I mean, if you like AJ Lee, then cool. But then look at that. Countdown gems generated. Blue gems do 40% more damage. There's people out there that use countdowns, and there's people out there that deal blue. Michelle McCool, actually, if I recall correctly, Hall of Fame does that, right? So it would make sense. And she uses blue, right? Hall of Fame Michelle McCool is +2 blue, alongside Jerry the King Lawler or Armor King. Then that makes sense for you to go after AJ. You got some people to do a build. You know what I mean? You got Trickster Woods, you got the purple, you got Butch, you got the red. You know, do you have people for your color turns? Do you have the reversal? You got links. You know what I mean? So, like, that's how you want to look at somebody. Same thing with Seth. Red move damage, 75%. Offensive, defensive build. Got a raw link. So you want to look at every single thing, and when it comes to pulls, pull for people that you love, but also look for entourage abilities that are going to benefit you. So even if you don't get AJ, you come up short there, you leave fulfilled because you have the proper people to run somebody else, or you might pick up a key of the entourage ability that you needed for somebody else. You know, you want to look at it, and then when a new prize wall comes in, maybe a month from now, maybe next week, who knows? You got enough AJ Lee shards from the last time, you come in, do the sweep off the prize wall and get them. That's how you got to look at the game, okay? And most importantly, the biggest thing that I want to say from this, outside of that, let's go over to the portal real quick. You know, the offers are good. The offers are copacetic. You always want to log in on here. You want to check in. You want to log in. If you spend a certain amount, you'll get certain rewards back, right? So we got that. Then we come over here. You go to your bonus rewards. Whenever you spend, you can get rewards. Usually I go to the 100. If it depends on how hard you want to go in, you know. Yeah, they'll give you certain stuff, but remember, these are just pixels, all right? Gigs and pixels. So they give you different milestones. Then they have this new trend of the DiBiase Millionaire Maker, where this runs throughout the week. And if you do that, you get bonus rewards and resources. They also have the Flash Market, where you can go over here. You can spend rubies. You can also spend web coins. You can re-roll. You can get certain things. You want to get discounted things, like as you can see on there. I went ahead and you can get that. Like you can spend 300 rubies, right, for 5,422 points. Or I could spend 2 XP and get 7,500. You know, so yeah, there you got to pick your spots, and then you clear out these milestones down here too. Make sure to claim them, and you get extra rewards and resources that not only help out the MLE weekend contest, but your solo contest. So these are things you want to do. The UCC, you got the Superstar Guide, as I mentioned. You can pick out any of these characters. You can pick out any character. You can choose them. Even has everything right here, you know what I mean? So you can just check out the tutorial. You can max them all the way out. You can put them all the way up to the full thing. You can make them gold. You see their max potential. You put everything up. You see their moves. You see it all. So that's like you got, like, the portal is clutch. It is clutch, and it benefits you. Need to know what a skill plate does. It has every single one. Got every single skill plate, so you know what to get, what not to get. You got the web coin shop. You got Trivia Rumble, so you can get Charlotte. So you have surveys that pop up once and now and again. You got your news. You got your blog. So you have everything at your disposal. Showcases your roster, shows everything that you've done. Keeps you up to date, keeps you copacetic. There's no excuse. So that's why I say This game is an amazing game because there's so many ways to cover so much. There's so much that to take in. There's things that I'm even sitting back now thinking and I probably missed, but it's all good because I've said everything that I needed to, not just for my conscience, but for your benefit. And I apologize for if it was long-winded. I understand if you didn't get through the whole thing. This could have been broken up. But this is a video that's been on my heart to do for a long time. So again, for me, right from out of the gate, getting started, you need to make sure that you're covering acrobats, powerhouses, showboats, strikers, technicians, and tricksters. Pardon me. You must cover your attitude, legend, modern, new gen, PG, reality, ruthless aggression eras. You must have representatives of aggressive, chaotic, defensive, and focused typing in order to cover not only your boss battle, but your shards to increase your superstars from 5-star gold to 6-star bronze up to 6-star silver and gold until 7 stars are inevitable. Make sure to also prioritize and invest in your entourage abilities, your trainers, your coaches, your promoters. Make sure that you have your MPs, your +4 MPs, your gem generation, your gem destroy, your move damage, your gem damage, trainer and coaching abilities covered. Make sure that you have your MP reduction coaches in line and in order. The -2 to any is going to be a benefit as well as help you out until you get the core -4s up to 6-star gold. So that's something that you want to think about. Aside from that, priorities before pleasure. Once again, make sure you got everything on your end taken care of. Make sure that your kids are eating. Make sure that your bills are paid before you invest in this game. But the most important thing, I also feel that's needed to be spoken on. Utilize the tools that WWE Champions gives you. They literally have links. If you join their official server, they have all the videos of all the amazing official content creators. I've mentioned a lot. Lil C24, Big Papa Brian, Gear San, Davey D, Buck, Brofessor, Goldie, DJ NIZT, Champions Chat, Merrick's, Davey D, Slim Numbers, Great J-Man, Sir Zorro. There are so many incredible content creators that do this for the love of the game. Use them, subscribe to them. The community, Facebook, Discord, Twitter. Reach out, talk to your faction mates, talk to your best mate, talk to your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other, your coworker that you got into this game. Learn, be accountable, have discipline, have patience, but most importantly of all, have fun. Play the game how you want to play it. I just believe that regardless if you spend money or you don't, if you're going to play something or if you're going to do something, respect it. If you're going to have a craft, respect the craft enough to hone your skills so you can be efficient. It's better to be ace of one thing, a master of one thing. You're a jack of all trades, but you're a master of none. I'd rather be a master of one thing and call it a day. So you want to just learn. You want to learn about your game. You want to learn what meta you're in. You want to learn about who's worth it, who's not. Take a moment to sit down when you recruit people. At the very beginning of the game, yes, they force you to make certain moves. But realistically, after that, you have the choice to open up your wallet and spend and do pulls, or say, hey, let me check out this roster. Let me check out these key pulls. Let me check out these Monday meta pulls. Let me check out these Silver League pulls and see what I can acquire and accrue from this. Let me look at my MLE free-to-play character since I'm getting them, and let me see how to use him or her. What do I have that can benefit me with what I don't have entourage-wise, but I can capitalize in a way with the 99 plus MP for the month. You got to look at things like that. Okay, I'm not going to take her to level so-and-so, but her link, that's going to help out my husbando. Or, hey, my husbando isn't the best, but he's going to help out my waifu with clearing out the women content. You got to look at it, but you also want to have fun. But have fun knowing it's a game. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world if you don't got all the God tiers. It's not the end of the world if you got to clear things in turn 2 or 3. Play at your own pace. Have fun. If you have a question, ask it. Know that there's resources there for you to utilize to full fruition. And let the good times roll. There's a lot that has happened in this game, and there's a lot that's still going. And I'm excited about it. And that's why I've sat back and done a video like this, because I love this game so much, and I just want to leave my part. I want to leave my stamp. I want to do my part. I want to be at peace. And it's been a while since I did a guide, just walking people through a lot of the simple schematics and systems of the game. And so I just am grateful that I got to do this for y'all while I had the opportunity. So, with that being said, if I did miss something, I'm sorry for whoever's still there. But long story short, B tiers can beat S tiers if you got the right stuff. S tiers are going to cost you a lot of money. Moments, straps, medals, plates all play a role. Can take anybody from a lower tier and make them hit. Also, just because you got a great plate does not mean it's going to make a horrible character great. But I also want you to understand that no character is truly trash, because if they aren't your go-to heavy hitter, they are a quality of life asset for your entourage abilities. So that is the thing. Sometimes it's going to pay to take entourage ability up over a heavy hitter, because if you don't got the right entourage, your heavy hitter ain't going to be fully maximized. So you want to think about and consider that. But nonetheless, hey yo. Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last. Champions do. Mad love and respect to each and every single one of you, my beloved champions fam. Like the video, share the video, hype the video, subscribe. Just lock in, y'all. If y'all have been with me for the longest time, thank you. If this is your first time coming across my content, thank you for the opportunity, regardless if you stayed until the end or not. I usually nowadays do short form content in shorts and gameplay, or recruiting characters or pickups on my prize wall, because of my busy schedule as a general manager of a fast food restaurant, as well as being a father and just being a human being. But whenever I do long format content, I do my best to make it count. But if you are not familiar with this channel, but you just came here today, and you like what you heard, you like what you listened to, and you're looking forward to more, do yourselves a favor by making sure to drop a People's Edge. People's Edge, I combine them. I'm keeping it in. Make sure to drop a Razor's Edge on the bell icon, as well as hit People's Elbow on the subscribe button. I usually do one or the other. It's been a while. So drop a People's Elbow on the subscribe button, as well as hit a Razor's Edge on the bell icon to receive all future notifications from yours truly, the one and only bad guy of WWE Champions, Zeke 4-0, the most electrifying content creator in WWE Champions Entertainment. I love you all. I respect you all. I'm praying for you all tenfold. Let the good times roll, and know this: doesn't matter what you're just getting out of. Doesn't matter what you're going through and what you're about to head into. Know that from the bottom of my heart and my eyes, you always and forever will be a champion. So, with that being said, this is my WWE Champions Guide. There are other things I can dive into. I just felt like this is as much up to date, to speed, equipped that I could possibly do. And again, this is a video to serve as a platform for people to talk, get people into the topic, drop some gems, help other people out, bring more people into this community to show all how amazing these people can be. Everywhere is going to have trolls, but there's a lot of beautiful people. And I'm truly grateful and thankful that I've got the smash gems alongside many of them, whether on my side or across the ring from me. I'm grateful for everyone that's been a part of my journey. I'm grateful for everything I've done, the highs and the lows, the character building as a player and as a man. I am thankful for every single one of you. You know who you are if you know me. But with that being said, thank y'all so much for this time. Thank you for this opportunity to be a part of your lives. And let the good times roll. If you have any questions, just reach out. I'll do my best. I'll have links in the description of this video for the portal as well as for the blog. I'll make sure that if I can, I'll make sure to add as many YouTube content creators information here too. So if I'm not your cup of tea, you can always opt for somebody else. But I am also nonetheless still thankful and grateful for this opportunity to make this video and to put it out there and make it a reality. So hopefully this does help you. Hopefully this helps you out a lot. This is basically like a movie. So this is long-term, long-form video here. So sit down, get the popcorn, smash some gems. Hopefully you can watch it during a feud or something. I don't know. But it's going to serve its purpose, and it's here to help anyone that watches it. Again, fear of missing out, FOMO, is a thing, but be grateful for everything you have. And if you don't get it right when you get it, when you finally do acquire it, the reward and the blessing and the feeling is going to be so sublime and so surreal that it'll make up for it. And just be an open book. Be coachable, be teachable, become accountable, become consistent, apply discipline, do your due diligence. Knowledge is power. And just do the best you can. I mean, you don't got to know how to use every superstar, but when it comes to certain characters that you really want to know about, go out of your way to find out. That's all you got to do. Or just, like I said, use the portal, figure out what their abilities are and everything. And yeah, there's always going to be that one person that asks, is this person any good? Sarcastic, pulling the S+ tier that can T1 anything without gear or anything. But if someone's genuinely like, like they just got into the faction, they're telling you, hey, I just started playing or I'm just coming back. Who do I need to work on? Who do I need to lock in? Do your due diligence and help them out. And then if someone comes later on down the line who is in your position, pay it forward by doing that for them. But with that being said, y'all, I am out of here, y'all. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be a part of your day, a part of your lives. Thank you so much for this chance to drop this knowledge on you and to help you out as best as I can. 10 years of champions on the way, but I wouldn't want it any other way because I'm going to bring it in a new year with you, good Lord willing. So thank you all, my beloved #champions fam. Until next time, stay tuned. Hey, yo. Peace.